trimmer, everybody's in the club getting the vibe together. Hands in the sky, yo, we move to the floor, leaving stress and unhappiness at the door, keep it funky. With a 4-4 beat from your radios, TV screens, and in the way too dark. Sun goes down, sun comes up, bring me down. Floods go up, I'm telling you. Flow isn't regular, electric, wire. Cause I'm on fire, twisted man. Mic in my hand, don't understand. He's the man with a plan. Bars on my phone, paper at home. To a ringtone, still in the zone.
Hi. How the heck are ya? I have less blood today. I got some blood work done just because I haven't been to the doctor in a minute. They're like, you should probably just get a check done. See what your levels are like. Your gamer levels. So I was like, okay, you can have my blood. And then they took my blood. And that's why I don't have as much blood today. So please be gentle, please be nice. Question is it gonna capture? Oh, I just realized I didn't turn on my Soma Tuber. 1 second. Totally forgot in my haze from not having blood. Help, help. Looks like it's not even capturing that anyway, so I gotta change that. EmuHawk, please capture that. Capture audio beta? Ooh. Oh cool, I guess there's new capture options in OBS. There we go. Play Tsukihime. I've enabled the Skittles. I need to make live split a tiny bit bigger because that little bar of pixels on the bottom is going to kill me. This is not Castlevania Skate or Die edition. This is Castlevania post Skate or Die where you get chased by the bees and killed. Was that Skate or Die? Was that 720? It was one of the skateboarding games on the NES where if you took too long, like a swarm of bees would come after you with a needle and fucking kill you. Anyways, just thought I'd do a little bit of AOS today because I was thinking, like, what should I stream? Kind of just wanted something nice and chill. I'm going to be doing the other randomizer today just because I want a little bit of variety. So you can tell this is the other randomizer because it has the funny little bat decorations on the title screen. Oh, whoops, hold on. I didn't actually start my timer, I gotta do that again. Alright, I meant to write blood anyways. There we go. Not blue, but blood. Does this one... Okay, this one does start you off the randomized starter soul. But yeah, got my blood taken, so had a bit of a headache yesterday after I got that done, so I mostly just spent most of the afternoon lying down, taking it easy. I also had to fast before taking my blood, or having them take my blood, so I didn't get to eat until the afternoon, which kind of sucked. Like, I'm usually not huge on eating big meals in the morning, but even then I at least have, like, a coffee or something. Just to kind of give me a little bit of, like, I put milk and stuff in my coffee, so it's, you know, a little bit filling, something in my stomach. But when it's just water, it's a little rough. Human body should probably eat more often than that. We're also playing with the randomized palette, that's how you can also tell I'm using the other randomizer. I didn't do, like, the enemy randomization or anything like that. That's a little too much. It's real awkward when you have to, like, just climb through a tiny staircase and there's a... Get randomized with, like, one of the big golems on there. Not very fun, because you just kind of have to damage tank or painstakingly take, like, you know, a minute killing the thing. Yeah, it's enriched with minerals. Honey Devil's a weird soul because it's not bad, but it's also, like, it has a bit of a delay on the shot. Not like Wing Skeleton where it just comes out immediately. Not bad, but I just like Wing Skeleton. It is consistent. It is pure. It keeps this country clean. I was actually considering streaming, weirdly enough, Chronicon. You know, the best Diablo-like... Actually, I've heard really good things about Last Epoch as well, but I haven't really gotten a chance to play that on account of my computer doesn't run it super well. I remember playing it a few years back and it just didn't play super nicely. Plus, apparently the multiplayer is still kind of messed up. Okay. I was worried I was going to get killed by Creaking Skull. That would have been a bad start to the day. Bad omens. Man. Because weirdly enough, Creaking Skull actually does a lot of damage. If you, like, haven't really been leveling it up at all. And I don't have any... I don't remember if you start with the casual clothes. You do. Only flying armor. Yep. I'm also not playing because this randomizer doesn't have wizard mode. It has an option to start with, like, the Chaos Ring, but, like, it's a little too cheaty, in my opinion. Like, I'm sure it can be fun every now and then, but it's just, like, infinite MP. You go from having, you know, vanilla game, like, no MP regen. Wizard mode gives you a lot more, but at the same time, I still don't think it's, like, broken. And then Chaos Ring is just you have all the MP. At all times, use your best souls, because there's no MP management anymore. How y'all doing on this fine Thursday? Week's almost over. Almost past the Yowie Friday, Flat Fuck Friday. What did I miss during my headache fugue state last night? Probably should save a little bit of MP. Just for the sake of dealing with, like, skull archers and stuff, we have kind of, like, tilted back hitboxes. It's also weird, I have to actively remember to slap candles now. I'll take a scarf. That's too far off. I think I've been getting better at doing the little clip there, but it's still not super consistent. I want a tea. I'll take a healing item. Just got a damage tank through you. I want to get up here and start trying to do the clip. I would like some space to do it clearly. Or, if you ever go down, it's too far. Like, the camera should not move down. I think even then I should have just abandoned. Come on, Soma. Hey. Whip sword. Yeah. Yeah. It's stronger than the knife, but can't land cancel it, so I don't really like it a lot. If I had backdash, that would also be nice. I think I'll just keep using it just because it does have higher damage. I can slap enemies from a safe range, but yeah, this is gonna get replaced soon. Well, we'll just take the usual route for now. I'm not gonna lie, I was very tempted to stream more Pseudo Regalia, but I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. Ooh. The multi-hit weapon, not very strong, but most enemies right now are gonna have 0 defense. Do those flicker jabs. Yeah, this randomizer I find tends to not give you as much wild stuff at the beginning. You're never gonna, you know, start the game and find like a levitate on the first floor or whatever. It's pretty damn rare. The only problem with the Mach Punch is you can't always one-shot enemies. Look at me, I'm Chris Redfield, I'm punching a boulder. Pseudo Regalia. I mean, I think it'd be pretty doable with Archipelago. I'd be down as hell for that, honestly. We got a green soul. Good warrior. Okay, we got Malthus, that's nice. I'd be down to do another, like, big Archipelago session. It's been a while. Plus, I'm sure there's a ton of new stuff on that has, like, Archipelago support now. The only thing is the randomizer for Suit Regalia is still kind of like in development. They're still working on doing stuff like the time trial, randomizing the outfit stuff, the outfit drops. But I think it would be really fun because there's a lot of skill involved in that game, so you could potentially play a lot better or worse based on what you get. Oh, flicker, flicker. A lot of stinky milk. Hopefully I find Flesh Golem. And I can at least drink the milk. Yum, it's been pre-curdled for your enjoyment. But here's the downside to Mach Punch. Anything with defense takes forever. Mach Punch, Kaiser Knuckle. Any weapon in this game that's like low attack, but it hits very quickly. Really sucks against high defense enemies. Ooh. Probably just the pitch black suit. Ooh, Curly is actually really nice too. Oh, Olrock suit. Goddamn. Okay, okay. I like what you're putting down here, Aria Rando 2. You probably bring that almost all the way to endgame. There are definitely better options, but Olrock suit this early on is an excellent get. Olrock suit has some pretty nice stats on it. And this early on, like, your defensive options, your upgrades are going to be like 1 or 2 extra points of defense, so that is pretty significant. Now, problem is, weapon-wise, I'm still just rocking the knife. The knife and the Mach Punch, which both are not great for, yeah, it's got defense, so Mach Punch is not good. I think I'll just use... Oh no, I do have the Whip Sword. Weirdly enough, I think we use the Whip Sword here. I can actually multi-hit if my spacing is correct, but it's pretty tricky. I think I will actually take the orb just to get an MP refill. I might actually need that. I don't think I can hit the ceiling without, Honey Devil right now. So I don't think Mach Punch, I don't think the hitbox, it doesn't extend upwards, so no. Another good reason to get MP back. Ooh. Gravekeeper, okay, okay. Alright. We'll take a backdash cancel. You have to make sure to jump afterwards, otherwise you can only do 2 backdashes in a row. Then it stops you. Fleaman, please. Okay, actually we're cool. Yeah, sure, I'll take a Minotaur Soul. You were an annoying little shit, but I'll take 8 strength. Actually, that might be worth using the Mach Punch for, then. Because any strength up souls on multi-hit weapons is excellent. Don't have any other bullet souls yet. Curly is a little too expensive to be using for free. I'm probably just going to use that on the boss. It is technically the fastest way to get around, but I can use it for all of like 1 second before I run out of MP right now. Oh, there's a book. I don't remember if this one just tells you what you need straight up. Okay, yeah, Persephone. And then the other one in brackets says what it drops from if you want to try and farm for it. So we could try and farm Sirens, but we know that it's just Persephone. Oh, wow, okay. Gremlin? Pretty appropriate that the books are being hidden in the study. I might actually use Curly for the long hallway with all the arachnes. This is also not a bad place to use it either. Valkyrie Red Soul's not bad. They can just zhuzh through there. We'll get a little bit of MP back from hitting these. Ooh, Ray Ring. Definitely take that over the Scarf. I also got a copy of After Image. I streamed the demo for that a while back. I think it was in the Humble Bundle recently. And so somebody was giving away their spare copy because I guess they already had it or didn't want it or whatever. So I got that. Not sure if I'm going to stream that. I might just take that for an off-stream thing. I don't want to be beholden to stream everything, you know? Nice to have things to do for yourself. I do like Metroidvanias, but when I hear it's also kind of long, so I don't necessarily want to be on the hook to play like a 20-30 hour game or whatever. I should save. It's been a minute. Alright, what's down here? Pendant. Cool. Don't need that. Could also potentially... I don't think I'm going to use Valkyrie. Because if I bring Curly into the boss fight, it should go pretty damn quick. PDQ. Oh boy, cloth tunic, yippee! I can have 1 extra defense compared to the casual clothes. This is the best day of my life. Where are you? Okay, Skull is handy. I'm definitely going to try and delay going underwater as much as possible because I don't really want to do the reservoir with just Mach Punch. Mach Punch and Whip Sword. Would kind of suck. Alright. Curly time. So yeah, that's why I wanted to save my MP. I could have done it even faster, I think, if I'd spaced my transformation a little better. Come on. Probably just rock the Gladius for a bit. Decent strength. Land cancelable. I think it's slightly lower DPS on 0 defense enemies. But at the same time, it'll enable a lot more one-shots. Like there, I don't have to double hit. Man. Here we go! Because getting clipped by either the ectoplasms or the arachnids really sucks. Pretty long hallway, so it's pretty likely you'll get hit by something if you're not careful. Which is why I like the option to skip it. Then my magic juice to just skip it entirely. It's fun, I highly recommend it. Honestly, like, I I do wish this other randomizer had an option for, like, wizard mode. Because I do think that is a lot more of a fun way to play the game. The MP recovery in base is just so slow. There's no way to improve it outside of specific accessories and souls that you're not guaranteed to get in rando. Like, yes, it makes the game a little bit easier, but come on. Let me use the souls, come on. So I can't actually go into the ceiling in the other room yet. I'm gonna need either Black Panther or Giant Bat or Hippogriff or something to get me over top. I think I could damage cancel, but that's definitely not gonna be in logic. Look, I already get poked up from taking damage. The palette randomization that this one uses is pretty, like, subdued for the most part. Please ignore, like, the neon yellow background. I can get that. There is an option to re-enable the old, like, unlimited palette randomizer, but it does not look good. You are gonna burn your eyes out. Oh, was the first GBA not originally backlit? Congratulations, it is now. If you're playing this on original GBA hardware, it will actually spontaneously grow a backlight out of nowhere. Alright, let's see what Hammer has. Also check the top of this room. And it's nothing. Okay, I will not be purchasing a Joyeuse today. Cutall's not bad. I'll buy Cutall, actually. Ramen's nice to find, too, because that's relatively cheap, and the healing is very good. Yeah, I think I'll use Cutall. Because this is a multi-hit weapon, and it's only 2 points weaker than the Gladius. So it is pretty solid damage for how early I can get it. For now, we're going to go to... I don't have Slide, so... I gotta decide either Servants' Quarters and Dance Hall. I'll probably just go for Servants' Quarters. Or sorry, no, Dance Hall. Because Dance Hall, it's Dance Hall that connects into Servants' Quarters if you go, like, the first entrance possible. But... without Slide, you can only pick one of them anyways. Like, Slide or Giant Bat works, actually, but it's pretty unlikely we're gonna get Giant Bat. Ooh, Demon Lord's a nice red soul, actually. A little expensive, but absolutely worth it. That's just a Mind Up. I don't think I want that. Red potions are MP, blue potions are HP in this game. Yeah, I could farm these Sirens to try and get Persephone. I'll kill a few of them on the way up, but I'm not gonna, like, go out of my way to farm them, because in rando you can always get whatever souls you need for the true end. You can always get them on pedestals, you never have to farm for them. Because that would suck. Welcome to the Blue Dance Hall. Oh, I wish I had Black Panther, man. I want to go fast. I want to go fast like my friend Sonic. Sonic T. Hedgehog. What are you? Actually need to switch back to Tiny Devil because I can't pop that. Still don't have any vertical swinging weapons. Aw, oh, damn. I saw the blue soul. I got excited, but... Great armor is... not great. Freaking skull. Yeah, this is a little bit easier when you have Demon Lord and Cutall. And a, Minotaur Soul. Freaking skull. Also, the wooden golems down here are weak to Demon Lord because they're fire. Or they're weak to fire. So are the dolls as well because they're made out of wood. Oh, okay. I'll just take a straight upgrade to Minotaur. Yes, please. You know that damage you're doing? What if you did more? Only thing better at this point would be Triton. That's the 16 strength soul, but that is not super likely. Okay, we found the 16 strength constitution. I wish those Twitter spammers would actually post Creaking Skull. Just aggressively search up any kind of like fundraising campaign, but instead it just posts Creaking Skull memes. I don't actually wish that. I feel like there's too much automation. People just running bots to respond to every possible thing, to be like, oh, you can do this, blah, blah, blah. Or the fucking passive-aggressive spelling correction bots people have on Reddit. Most embarrassing shit you can come up with. You learn how to program just so you could correct people on their spelling that you will never interact with.
Great! I knew
Yo,
that groove
Tiff.
was in your heart. Oh man, are you ready for this?
Tiffalodion. Tiff can't stream the stream. Oh no, did her monitor explode? Anyways, thank you for the raid, Tiff. Yo, go check out Tiff. Plush Mayhem. He does lots of cool plushies and little guys and does sewing and shit. It's really cool. Currently making a number of little Grahatia boyfriends, I believe. Oh, did she disassemble her current setup to... Okay, gotcha. But yeah, thank you for the raid, Tiff. We're playing some Aria Rando, which is my favorite randomizer. If you've never played this, it is a treat because, A, Aria of Sorrow is the best Castlevania game, I think. Nuclear take, maybe, but I do think it is. And Aria of Sorrow Randomizer, this specific version of it is different from the one that I normally play. This isn't, like, my favorite version of the randomizer, but I wanted to try it out just for a little bit of, you know, flavor. But yeah, this is my favorite randomizer and my favorite Castlevania game, so two great tastes that taste great together. If you ever want to learn randomizer, I think this is a pretty good starting point, because it's not super complex. There's, like, some logic involved, but I don't think it's as well documented as stuff like, you know, Link to the Past or Super Metroid, but still, I think it's good. I think more people should play this. Because right now I have a little bit of a weird setup where I have, like, Hippogriff. I can do, like, the super hyper jump. Like, functionally, there is no reason, there's nothing stopping me from going directly to the final boss right now, except for the fact that I will get the bad ending because I don't know what the soul I need is yet. Right? I don't have all the souls, because I have 2 of the books that tell me what the souls are. But, I don't have them yet. Yeah, I just figured I'd play a little bit of Rando today, because I'm still a little bit low energy. I got my blood taken yesterday, got some blood work done, so... just something nice and chill. And Aria is a very chill game for me. Also, in case you're wondering, I'm not a Soma Cruz VTuber, I only bring this out for my Aria streams. Because, Red, Pretty Pink Pansy, they did a little Soma Cruz eating Skittles VTuber with the condition that I have to tell everybody to play Tsukihime at least once. And so I just say that at least one time per stream whenever I play this, so play Tsukihime. Am I winning? I'm doing alright. I'm doing pretty alright. This is an interesting seed. I don't have the best setup right now, but it's definitely far from the worst I've ever gotten. I'm gonna go the long way around to navigate. Tsukihime, June 2024, just a few months away. You finally get to see the human version of Neko Arc, for real. They finally made a human version of her, it's crazy. Tsukihime, that's right. That's her name. The Soup Princess. That's what it means in English. I know, they're just clout chasing. They're like, oh, Neko Arc is popular again. What if we made a visual novel about her and made her human? Can't believe that type mood would cash grab like that. Yeah, we have to go the long way around. I don't like taking this route normally, but we gotta do it. Can't believe they made Neko Arc a real thing. I still couldn't tell you, like, anything about the plot of Tsukihime outside of, like, the little bit that maybe shows up here and there in Melty Blood. Wait, Tsukihime's type moon, right? Yeah.
Great! I knew that groove
Yo,
was
and
in
the
your heart.
Dubs raid?
Oh man, are you ready for this?
Oh, the blessed raids today. We just got Nightmare, we just get to shoot horses, and we got a Dubs raid? Yo. It is a good afternoon. We're playing some Aria Rando. How did your art go, Dubs? How did your artin' do? Dubs, also a very cool person, Dr_Dubs. Both Plush Mayhem and Dr_Dubs, people you should follow on Twitch.tv, because they're both very cool people. Tracker's finally getting a ref sheet. Oh, shit. Are we doing a 3D tracker, maybe? Is she gonna be telling you off in full 3D now? I have been falling down the video essay hole, like, the past few months, yeah. Just to have something in the background. Oh, someone's commissioning you for a reference sheet of Tracker? That's wild. Damn, congrats. It's like an adopt a character, except you get to keep her. Pretty good deal, IMO. Tsukihime is type moon, Melty is French bread, but... Okay, yeah. So I think I was mixing it up with the Higurashi guy, Ryukishi 07. That's another series I know, like, nothing about, aside from it is extremely fucking popular. Higurashi was Ryukishi, right? I'm pretty sure it was. I'm not liking all these Valkyries. I want to make more stuff. I need to get back on the art grind. I keep saying this, but... I got a tablet last year, and then I kind of stopped using it for a bit, because right after I got it, I ended up getting sick for a bit. Black Panther? God damn you. And then I fell off the horse. Need to get back on the art horse. If you're wondering why I went back to the menu there, you can do a quick little warp back to the entrance of the current room you're in. So it saves you a lot of time running back down the bit there. Yeah, Gona guy was about to die, so he's like, you know what, I'll just make the greatest manga. I'll just become one of the most influential manga creators of all time. I can't even draw a circle, I know. Okay, in my defense, have you ever tried to, like, really draw a nice-looking circle? Shit's hard. Shit is hard, man. Because it's like, anybody could draw a circle, you know? Like, you could draw a circle. But then it's like, you have to draw a circle and have it look nice, all of a sudden, oh boy. I didn't sign up for this. This wasn't in the bio. Yeah, I need to use my whole arm more. Right now I'm still kind of, like, unlimited on space. So I'm kind of using maybe not the best technique. Oh, come on, you are being such a little shit right now. Because the problem is I generally tend to keep my tablet in, like, my lap. Which probably isn't great for keeping consistent drawing. Like, you want it in a static location, I would imagine, but it's just so comfy. I know, I probably should just bite the bullet and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna use an actual circle. It's like a mathematically perfect circle, but I definitely should be practicing, you know. Actually, Warhammer, I can hit floors now. Oh, that's a little katana over there. That's a Japanese katana sword. Onikiri is just a strictly better cut-all. They got my blood, and maybe this is a little TMI, but I had to be in a cup too. Did I use the elfin robe? No. That's the thing, like, it's not just that you are drawing a circle, it's that you are keeping consistency. It's not just like you are getting one nice chunk of a circle and the rest is kind of, whatever. But another big thing I need to work on is just, like, getting something, like, getting to the point where I'm not too worried about something being perfect and just doing something, like, getting something out there and being like, yes, this is done. I don't care that it's not perfect because I drew it. Just get it out there and be done with it and be like, yep. No, I'm worrying. I'm thinking about, like, just doing, like, a throw myself in the deep end and force myself to do a stream where I draw stuff. Just, like, I cannot stop, like, that's kind of my enforcement, is to actually fucking do it because I'm on stream. And if I just sit there and not draw, people will not watch. That's right, Tails get trolled. They didn't wait until they could draw a circle, they just fucking drew. Yeah, Darkened Sky was actually inspired by this game. I think we actually want to go to Floating Garden now. Because, yeah, I'm really bad at doing stuff unless I have a specific reason to be doing so. That's why I kind of started doing, like, scheduled streams a while back, because if I just kind of streamed whenever I felt like it, I would always be like, I could stream, but do I want to? Oh wait, I'm not going the right way. Because, yeah, like, right now I just don't have any, like, anybody or anything to really motivate me into doing it, so I just need to sit down and fucking have a reason. Yeah, the Dubs Andy collab drawing stream. I don't know if I could do that. That might be too mentally painful. Not because, you know, Dubs is bad or anything, but because I would just get completely... And it's not that it's a competition, it's not that art is like, oh, yours is better. But it'd just be, like, a lot for me. We gotta bring back Oikaki. Let's just do a fucking Oikaki stream. It's the mid-2000s and we are doing Oikaki again. Iron Golem actually isn't a bad soul, but... Because, yeah, like, I'm just too worried about, okay, I need to practice. Well, no, Gardic Phone, like, that's specifically, like, you know, you have to draw a thing, right? Like, you are given a thing to draw, and it's like the competition is like, who draws it? You know, who do people vote for, right? Or am I thinking of a different game? Like, Oikaki, I'm just talking about, here's a canvas, start drawing. Everybody start drawing. Exactly, I need to get over myself. Literally, I need to get over myself. Not in the sense of I am being an asshole, but I am getting too much in my own head about it. Art is not a competition, art is not a test of, you know, who's the best of whatever, right? Everything you create, as long as it is from your heart, has value. Regardless of how much practice you've put in. Oh, it's like one of the art telephone. Okay. But there is still, like, kind of a... which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, having a timing element, you know, that can be a good practice. Like, you know, you have 5 minutes to draw a thing because, man, I will take my time if you give me enough time. If you let me sit there for 3 hours, I will probably try and spend all 3 of those hours trying to make sure whatever I draw is good. Ooh, Gladiator. I love me a Gladiator soul. Like, I definitely do want to practice anatomy and stuff. Not necessarily, you know, like, you know, learn how to draw the entire human body perfectly. You know, I don't want to do that, but at the very least learn some basic stuff. Ones where you can't see your... okay, that would actually kill me, though. I need to be able to see what I'm drawing. That's just the regular katana. I'm not even gonna bother picking that up. Still don't have slide, which is weird. No, I know, I feel bad. For people who aren't familiar, Tiff and I played the Fire Emblem fan board game, which is actually pretty cool. You get like 3 units and they all have like different abilities and stuff. The problem is I spend way too much fucking time thinking about what I want to do. Which is why I cannot stream tactics games. Any situation where I have infinite time to think about something to do, I will take infinite time to think about it. And the thing is, like, I was taking all this time to thinking, and Tiff was still beating me, and as soon as I started, you know, just being like, fuck it, this is my move, and not agonizing over everything as much, I started winning. Again, I need to get over myself. I'm my greatest enemy. We need to play some more of that. That is a fun game, actually, the Fire Emblem board game. Is the dude, the new game that he's working on, like the completely original one, is there any news on that, or is that still kind of just in development? Yeah, I gotta learn to draw for fun. I'm not gonna be drawing a box 100 times. Even then, I think that's a little much. It's officially in production? Hell yeah. We gotta fire up Tabletop Simulator again. Been a while since we played board game. Ironically, yes, you just take a deep breath and say, fuck it. This is true. This is very wise words. From the man who almost destroyed his nuts on a motorcycle. Yeah, fuck it, we've all, exactly. And it's working. It's working. There's demonstrated success with this method. Yeah, maybe I'll schedule an art stream at some point and get over myself. Like, I'm already self-conscious enough when I do, like, a fighting game stream. Just gotta throw myself into the deep end. I will probably continue, like, I'll do a second seed, just because that's what I kind of had planned for the day. I'm really bad at adapting. Because then also I have to get my tablet out, I have to plug it in and all that. Get all the tablet, what's it called, stuff set up. Clear out some space on my desk for it, so I definitely have to take some time, and I want to have it, like, set to go. I know, I'm just making excuses, but still. For a future day. I definitely need to improve my skill. make myself more interesting of a person rather than just, I play video games pretty alright, what else do you do? Go for jogs every now and then. Oh, what do you do on jogs? I jog. I can't make those that much more interesting. Probably should be using Nightmare for this, actually. Unfortunately, you can't make the concept of, like, going for a little bit of a run super interesting, at least for me. Because I don't go running in, like, interesting places just, like, around me, so it's kind of just like, I went on a jog and I saw, I don't know, a dog. I mean, it's not that it doesn't have value, it's just that in terms of, like, it's hard to really say a lot of interesting stuff about that kind of stuff, you know? Like, it's a good habit for me to be in. Like, it's health-wise good, it's just not super interesting. Ooh, wooden golems, actually. I gotta give up... I don't know that I want to give up my strength soul for that. Well, sure, like, having... Like, being good at streaming is one thing, but at the same time, it's like, it's not all I want to be good at, you know? Like, I want to round myself out more as a person, rather than just... Kinda, here's the thing. I stream. Because not everybody's gonna be into that, right? Like, streaming is great. I could make an RPG Maker game, because they did actually give away RPG Maker. Like, I currently own, I want to say it's... Was it 2003 that they gave away? They gave away an RPG Maker recently. I have that in my Steam library. I technically can just make a video game. Is it XP? Hell yeah. I still remember the trailer for that. RPG Maker XP! That's what the guy sounded like. He went, RPG Maker! It was like a Japanese accent. RPG Maker XP! It was great. Or yeah, I could just pick up like MV or something for real cheap. I wouldn't worry too much about making your own assets, honestly. Like, that's a trap I tend to fall into, is I want to do a lot of my own stuff. It's fine to make assets, but like, don't try and do everything unless you're making something really small. Because if you try and do, like, if you try and invent the telescope, you know, before you start doing astronomy, it's going to be hard. Like, as somebody who tried to simultaneously learn how to do Godot while also being signed up for a Godot game jam, it's a little much. So you either start working really hard, or you take your time. Because I will continue to say this. My personal pick for RPG, for Game of the Year 2022 was Asleep Revision, a game which primarily used, like, freely available stock pre-made assets and music. And the game itself is still fantastic. So absolutely develop your skills, but at the same time, don't try and do everything, I would say. I say this having fully, you know, been like, oh, I need to broaden myself as a person. And yet he still has not done an art stream. When will he do an art stream? I have to do a channel point reward for that. I just never really used any kind of, like, redemptions. I think it was just the basic stuff, like you unlock an emote for the day or whatever. And then it's like... That's kind of it, you know? And I'm pretty sure people... I know one of the dudes who watches me very frequently has like 300,000 points. He's got nothing to spend it all on. Unless you wanted to unlock every emote every single day. I think Yasuna's stronger than Onikiri. Yeah, a little bit. Or exactly, you don't even have to use RPG Maker. You could do, like... I think there's like, Wolf RPG. I think that one's free. There's like Wolf RPG. I know there's that. What was that one like Hamster Engine or something? What's it called? That's also an option. You have 1 million corns. What are you gonna spend it on? Save that corn for a rainy day. Actually, it's just the curly soul. Now, if you've been watching streamers for a while, especially with like subscription bonuses, you can get a lot because they're adding a bunch of new stuff every now and then. Like they have, what is it? They have like watch streaks now on top of like bonus channel points from being subbed. Like watch streaks. But yeah, if you do stick around and watch like a single streamer for a long time, you'll also just have a lot. Freaking Skull. Hamster Republic engine, hell yeah. Armor of Water. I think Ilion has a channel redeem where, like, you get something like a 5-minute sketch in MS Paint. I think I'll do something like that, like, whenever you know, drop 20k channel points or something, I gotta drop whatever I'm doing, pop open Krita, and attempt to draw whatever you've thrown at me. Yeah, we use the Don Miguel translated version of RPG Maker 2000, and we liked it. Have that redeemed during Honey Stream. Okay, but then that is the last art redeem I will ever do. It is a redeem you can do exactly one time. I'll set it to the integer limit. I'll set it to the 2.1 billion nuggets redeem if you manage to earn that much. If you have some... Well, how long would you even have to watch somebody for that much? Like, assuming you had maximum watch streaks, maximum subscription bonuses, how would you do that? How long would that take? I think a friend of mine, she does have the 2.1 billion point redeem to just immediately kill the stream or something like that. But I'm pretty sure at that point you would be dead. Yeah, you'd have to do, like, channel predictions and stuff. I'm just talking about, like, neutral, you know, standard point earning. Yeah, the Ancient Belt, I'm pretty sure it's just a common writer thing. As somebody who has, like, zero knowledge of Toku, pretty sure that is a common writer. People have said that before. Tasty meat. Yeah, there's Persephone, so we need Gremlin still, and what else do we need? Actually, we don't have the last book. We don't know what it is. Pool points to one user. I know they do have, like, collaborative channel point redeems as well. So, like, if you collectively earn, you can have, like, a project, basically. Once everybody has contributed enough, I can do the honey art. And Dragora. Yeah, I want to do more art. Like, I need to do more just, like, weird experimental stuff and not just play video games, because... Not that there's anything wrong with just playing video games, but... I like to... broaden myself. That was one thing as a kid. I was way too, like... Video games was kind of like my one interest growing up. That was kind of it. And I now realize that's maybe not the best way to grow as a person, is to just have a single interest. Like, it's fine to be, you know, really into something, but at the same time, you don't want that to be the only thing that defines you, if that makes sense. Or at least for me, maybe you want that, in which case, more power to you. Yeah, video games are gonna be illegal. Should have gone into TikTok. Help, help! Mods, the physics-enabled disc is attacking me. Yeah, VTubing seems like a cool thing just in terms of, like, having stuff to mess around with and play around. Just, like, iterate on things. Rather than just having to, you know, complete a completely new system for your model. You can just play around with it, find something cool that works with your plugins. You're like, oh, I want to do that. I'm going to implement that. And then you do it. Ow, ow, ow. Why am I fighting you? I just realized I don't have to be fighting you. Actually, can I even do... I don't actually have Undyne, so I can't go to the secret room. Yeah, book reading is a good thing to get into. Libraries in general, just like... over the past few decades, they've become absolutely fantastic for, like, just doing stuff. Because it's not just that you read books at libraries anymore. You can do a lot of stuff at libraries. You can check out video games. You can get, you can rent out 3D printers. You can rent out things, usually. Like, you can rent out a little kit to make things. Sometimes they'll do that. I've seen that. Oh, there's Gremlin. Oh, I wish I had that. Our library doesn't have nearly that much stuff. It's not like... It still has a bunch of stuff, but it's not nearly as, like, dedicated as full-blown, you know, here's a recording room. We don't have that. Also, it has dudes outside who will tell you how they robbed from the grocery store and they don't give a fuck. I don't know if I'd be able to do a podcast. I don't think I have enough interesting stuff to talk about to do a podcast. I'd need to be like leaning heavily on guests. Have I? I've been here before. When we go in here again? Oh god, I've heard about the Glove Man. The stories of the Glove Man in Halifax. I mean, any check can be either an item or a soul. Yeah, I just need to find, like, a really fucking head-ass point of view, and somebody to come on and defend it with me, and then I'll just have a billion, like, shithead white dudes that follow me and be like, oh, this guy's got some good ideas, actually. Okay, there's Giant Bat, which isn't very useful now. I'm not getting the double hits. Do I have... No, I still need the first book. I haven't found the first book yet, I need that. 3, 2, 1, Yoko gets stabbed. Still no slide, but Giant Bat will let me slide. I think Galamoth, like, I think that is considered fair for logic. So I'm pretty sure by this point it would consider you to have something that does, like, a range attack of some sort. Or at least be able to hit far enough to hit the thing on the waterfall. Maybe it's not, I don't know. I've never actually looked at the logic for this one. Because you don't actually have to get into the waterfall to get that if it's a pedestal check. Usually you can just pop it. There's my slide. Yippee! I'm almost kind of tempted to throw on Wooden Golem. I think I will. Actually, hang on. We do have Flesh Golem. Which means I can eat all this rotten milk. Flesh Golem lets you eat, like, rotten food and get healed from it. It's pretty gross when you think about it, but... Ugh. But yeah, I want to do too many different things. I want to pull myself in too many different directions, and as a result, I don't ever start in one of them. I want to learn Godot, but I also want to start doing art, but I also want to start doing this, but I also want to start doing that. Somebody give me more time. Somebody give me some spare time, or find the spare time exploit, please. Also give me the infinite motivation glitch. Like, the thing for me with RPG Maker is I kind of know how to use most of it already. Like, I used it as a kid a good amount. Oh. This is a hell of a background. Like, I mostly know how to use RPG Maker. Like, I understand the concept of doing, like, attaching events to stuff and all that. Obviously, for scripting and all that, it'd be a little harder. But it's more like, I want to learn how to use Godot. Get a little more in-depth with programming. Not that, you know, RPG Maker or Game Maker, whatever that stuff is not valid. I'm not saying that. I'm trying... Oh, okay. In my defense, I tried to learn Godot at the same time I was also trying to make a game in Godot. I know, it's you can't do everything at once. Yeah, the money exploit of just having money to do all this stuff. Or take lessons and stuff. I'm gonna go live out in the woods. Infinite food and money. Oh no, money can absolutely buy happiness. Whoever said that was a damn fool. Money absolutely allows to enrich your life. It sucks, but it does. Dungeon crawl in RPG Maker XP that use pre-rendered 3D sprites, Labyrinth OS. I think I might have seen that on Co-host? I might have seen a screenshot of that. I feel like I've seen it. Yeah, definitely learn how to use RPG Maker first. If you don't know how to use RPG Maker, don't worry about doing assets for it. Like, it can be fine to make stuff, like start doing sprites, but absolutely you want to learn how to make it first, or how to use it. Because it doesn't matter how many assets, how many sprite sheets and all that you have if you don't know how to actually stitch it all together. So absolutely just play around with the pre-used stuff. Use generic hero 1.png. Use all the default dialogue stuff, don't worry about it. Just get yourself to a point where you know how to use the program. Again, don't invent a telescope before you learn how to do astronomy. Or yeah, just do the webcomic thing where you change some of the sprite colors and maybe add some extra facial features or whatever. Like, you cannot directly exchange money for love or for happiness, but boy, can you alchemize it pretty damn quickly. Just make Bob and George 2 if you need to. Or exactly, even just download like a pre-made sprite pack if you really don't want to use the defaults. Don't feel bad about using pre-made assets, don't feel bad about leaning on other stuff while you're learning, don't feel bad about just stealing stuff straight out. Like, if you want to just make a game to learn and you just want to take a sprite sheet from an existing game, you just fucking do it. You're learning. Non-stories uses all the default MVRTP stuff. Hell yeah. Like, if your passion is there, if you're willing to put in the work, you can absolutely do it. No, money could absolutely buy you Bob and George too. Maybe not the original creator, but you could absolutely pay somebody to be like, hey, could you draw me a panel of Bob and George 2, the sequel? Right, I can't duck those. Speaking of old, like, not Sprite comics, but Sprite comic adjacent stuff from the early 2000s, Bonus Stage, who remembers that? Who remembers the Flash cartoon Bonus Stage from, like, 2004 to 2007, I want to say? 2006, maybe? Because that's getting one more episode. This, it's technically out already if you subscribe to Matt Wilson's Patreon, but if not, they're releasing it on YouTube in, like, a week or two. But yeah, there's a new episode of Bonus Stage, which is such a weird fucking sentence to say in 2024. And it's coming out next week. I believe they did, like, they worked with actual animation stuff for a while, but also, like, it was just, like, a weekly show that admittedly has not aged super well in a lot of places, but in their defense, they were also, like, much, much younger and spent a lot of time on something awful in Fiat. Yeah, I believe he worked on, like, actual animation stuff in the industry for a while. But it's so wild seeing, like, all the, like, the names you could see now in, like, you know, this, like, Ego Raptor, he did voices for a couple of the episodes, I believe. Kagome Higurashi, who, if you aren't aware of, was the original internet handle of Kira Buckland. He does a lot of voices in that series, so if you've ever heard the later bit where she starts doing voices for that, that's 2B. She's in Bonus Stage. She did a lot of Flash animation acting back in the day, actually. And then, as fucking painful as it is to say, I believe Shmorky also did one of the voices for one of the episodes. But yeah, Matt Wilson, they have chilled out a lot. Again, this would have been like 2004, 2005, so nobody had any idea of what was going on. But yeah, for all the people that, like, you know, you would later on see become pretty famous, Bonus Stage never really took off as much. And admittedly, part of it was because it, like, I believe Matt Wilson straight up just said, like, it was originally, like, they did High Score, which was kind of their attempt to do something similar to Penny Arcade. Like, I'm pretty sure they have gone on record saying it was just kind of like, I wanted to do Penny Arcade. But, it didn't really take off. Yeah, exactly. It was the gamers on a couch talking about video games. But, Webtoons, it was mostly like Homestar. As I would say, Homestuck. That was technically not wrong. Actually, we're in Go mode, I think. Do we have Gladiator? Actually, no, do we have Persephone? Gladiator, Persephone, Gremlin. I think we are good to go, actually. Yeah, we're good. Gremlin. And then we already have Gladiator, so we're good to go. Homestuck Runner. Right job. I was kind of tempted to do like a watch-along stream where I watch all the early episodes up to the new one, but then I thought about they say a lot of heinous shit. Again, the creator Matt Wilson has since walked back on a lot of it because it was 20 years ago. But at the same time, it's not something that I'd really want to be showing on my stream, you know. Homestuck 1.0. It's a website on the internet. The hell voice was that? It started off as Homestar, and then it just turned into, like, fucking Homer Simpson merged with Marge. Yeah, exactly. There's, like, a lot of slurs, casually. Oh, I never got the teleport. I should have done that. I'm a fool. I think I'll just go this way then. Watching a movie from 20 years ago, thinking... It's more like watching a movie from 20 years ago that you watched as a kid and remember loving, and then getting slapped in the face with, like, the most racist shit you've ever seen. Hi there, I'm Mickey Rooney. I'm about to make your rewatch of Breakfast at Tiffany's very fucking awkward. Homie Spamone. I still have that on my YouTube favorites list. It's alright, you can't be racist against Italians. Bill Cosby is problematic for a different reason. Anytime Bill Cosby shows up, you just kind of like pull your collar out and be like, oh. Like, oh, I didn't realize you were in this. I probably should have gone to buy some food. Some hammer. Yeah, isn't it like the guy's name is Long Duck Dong and then a gong goes off whenever he says his name? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Never actually seen 16 Candles. I haven't seen all the John Hughes movies. Oh no, I'm not planning on watching it. You wrote an essay comparing Mima from Toho to Ghost Dad and... Oh boy! I can't believe Mima from Toho stayed in the Cosby Suite. It is now cancelled along with Blizzard. Ooh, I want that. I want that. I want that. That's not the death robe. There's the death robe. Yeah, exactly. It explains why Mima has never shown up again. People seem to think that, like, she was gonna forever show up in the games at some point. Like, no, this is the game. She's gonna come back for real, for real. This is gonna be the one, guys. She's really coming back. Mima will never reappear in the Toho series, the management. Actually, I don't even have to go this way. Killer Mantle. Like, I think it's basically just like, what? Alice? I think Alice is the only one that came back from the PC98 series, not counting, you know, Rainbow and Marissa. Oh no, that's right, Yuka, too. I forgot about Yuka. She was only in the Versus game, which is why I forgot about her. I didn't play that one very much. I know you can duplicate books. Weird. Yeah, Barkley 1 was a victim of, you know, mid-2000s. People were generally more, like, laissez-faire about throwing out gross stuff. And then Barkley 2, well... Barkley 2 wanted to happen, but it never did. For as much as I know, like, passively about the Barkley Hoops saga, I've never actually played Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden. Oh no, I saw that they released, like, what they had finished, basically. But it is very, yeah, like, incomplete. Was never done. It was pretty obvious, like, the writing was clearly on the wall when the only person who had any kind of, like, progress update on what was going on with the game was, like, the artist, and all they did was just do some art on Twitch, and that was kind of it. You may not have apostrophe S jokes. Sorry. Well, that's a really good spot for him to be, actually. Nope. Actually, I need a stronger weapon. I have Calibulg, but that's not great. I think I just used Dainslev. The ultimate magical sword. Get him into meatball mode, and then we'll switch out. So we need Gladiator, Persephone, and Gremlin. Gladiator's not great for fighting him, though. Hopefully I'll have enough healing items. Like, I bought the couple ramens earlier. But Andy, ramen's already plural. Shut up. How about that? Ow. Backdashing into meatballs. That's how I want to die. Alright, we're good to go. Do I keep using Gyasetsuna? Wooden Golem. I think Curly does hit from the ground. Want some ramen. Get some miso ramen. Get some fucking bibimbap. I think I need a little more MP, otherwise you spend MP while you're doing the transformation animation. So if you don't have enough, like, you'll just end up wasting it, and you don't actually get the damage coming out. You get the Hadoukens coming out? Everybody loves ramen. Okay, but who here has seen the Mad TV Everybody Loves Rayman sketch? It's not good. The entire joke is basically, what if instead of Raymond from Everybody Loves Raymond, it was Rayman from Rayman? That's it, that's the joke. Everything else is the same. It's like, it's Rayman and Batella and Glowbox. That's it. Everything else is the same. The grandparents are still the grandparents from Everybody Loves Raymond. They're all the same. I think this was like from the era where Mad TV was very clearly on life support. My problem is, like, I remember enjoying Mad TV as a kid, but it's very possible that a lot of it was just taken from, like, it was amalgamated with, like, SNL sketches and stuff like that, so I don't actually remember the stuff that I enjoyed. I don't remember if that was SNL or Mad TV. So I remember as a kid loving, like, the Stuart look what I can do! I remember loving that bit, but I don't know if that was Mad TV. That was Mad TV? Okay. Barkley Shut Up. Wait. Got re-released as Hoops Shut Up. Wait, did they try to, like, do it on Steam or something? Did they try and, like, charge money for it and just take out all the references to Charles Barkley because ain't dealing with lawyers on that one? I do remember crumping. Was Mad TV ambiguously gay duo, or was that a different one? Was that SNL? That was SNL? Okay. Snell. I just realized I don't think I saved. Oh no, there's a save point right here. Let's get our Calad blog. I'll keep Curly. I don't actually have I don't have Black Panther, which kind of sucks. When were the crumping clowns introduced? I feel like if you're talking about crumping. Who that? Who that? Yeah, I remember liking Miss Swan as a high schooler, but that's because... Oh, it's funny, she's different. Front percent stream when? Like that was the joke. She says things funny and that was it. That was the joke. Please clap. Please crump. But again, as a kid, you kind of just like whatever seems funny. And that was the other thing, yeah, we didn't have access to streaming services, so like, you couldn't pick something else. If that was what was on, that was what was on. Joe Hoop sounds like when you have to... Like when they had to remove the license from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, so they had Mr. Dream. Or, yeah, it was Mr. Dream, I think. Mr. Punch. Then again, they let Elon Musk on SNL, so not that SNL's doing much better right now. Yeah, we didn't have streaming services, we didn't have YouTube. That's what AML stands for, you got it. Didn't they already try to do all that? Like, I remember watching the whole thing about, what's his name? Dan Schneider. I think they tried to do, like, a remake of it. But the problem is that, you know, it was Dan Schneider, so he has had some sus interactions with people in the Nickelodeon sphere. I did not see the trailer for the animated Good Times. Never saw the original Good Times. Why am I crouch? I like how it started off, like, as, you know, oh yeah, Dan Schneider, he's an awful person. Then it goes into, like, okay, but everybody associated with the dude is also, like, probably pretty good chance they're fucked up as well. What here? Probably just keep Curly. Also, God, I watched, Super Mega released a video called The Family Guy Killer, where it's like a parody of all those true crime YouTube channels, where it's like, you know, he shifted his legs in his chair, which is a very clear indicator of guilt, according to licensed psychologists. And it's so fucking good, I might actually... I don't know if I'm allowed to watch it, but I'm kind of tempted to. Investigator Buttfart used what's called the Nana Boo Boo technique. However... What was his name, like, Stewie Peanut or something? However, Stewie Peanut was crossing his fingers under his table. The investigator was fucked. God, I'm kind of tempted to watch that now. Because it's such a good video. It's only like 20 minutes as opposed to Pipe Strip, but man. It's just like a perfect recreation of all those YouTube, like, crime analysis channels. I think I might put that on, actually. Maybe we'll do a group watch. Take a break between seeds, do a group watch. I'm gonna be honest, this seed is not gonna be, This was not a Black Panther seed. I'm not gonna win any PBs with this. I have Skulla, right? I do have Skulla, okay. I got real scared for a second. If you don't have Skull in this room, you can't beat the game. Unless you know how to clip out of bounds, you cannot beat the game if you don't have Skull in this room. Garfield, that Chaos Cat. Should let me peep in here real quick, maybe I'll get Cleave Salish. Likely, but you never know. No. Not Cleave Salish. Oh, sorry. Wasn't expecting to get flashbanged. You guys do 103 damage even with Death Robe. That's too much. Made a pizza, nice, nice. What kind? Share with the class. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna heal because I might actually get killed here if I'm not careful. Pepperoni! Heck yeah. I'm just gonna use Giant Bat. I'm just gonna fly over everything. Because dealing with the succubi down here is kind of a pain in the butt. They will grapple you. I don't even want to know how much damage the Chaos Worms do. Alright, let's get Curly. Wooden Golem. Probably should be using Nightmare, but I think we'll be fine with this. Yeah, we'll finish this seed and then we'll watch the Family Guy Killer. I want more people to see that, it's so well done. Hey, what's good? Shimon the Digger. Never actually seen... what's it called? I'm blanking on the name. Gurren Lagann. Probably should. Apparently it's quite good. Never really got into giant robot shows, really. I watched, like, G Gundam. I think I watched the Pat Labor movie and Wings of Hanaemes when that was on Teletoon years and years back. I've never seen Gurren Lagann. I know, I'm deprived. Double Cruise is your nick in all online spaces. Are you Dracula? Pat Labor. I've heard Braver and Brever and however it's pronounced. I've heard that is wild. Got another group of friends watching that, and they seem to be very hooting and hollering about it. Oh, jeez. I guess I do also have my Flesh Golem. I have the Rotten Food healing if need be. Honestly, Chaos Worm isn't the one that I'm worried about. It's the little orbs. These guys suck. Alright, this guy's dark, so Kelbulg is useless. I guess it is... I think it's Dine Slip time. Oh, even Dine Slip doesn't do enough, goddamn. Okay, we gotta break that weakness then. Because orbs go through iframes is the thing. The worm at least respects iframes, even if it does a lot of damage, but the orbs do not. The orbs will gladly kill you and be like, sorry, you touched an orb. Sucks that this is my best DPS, but it really is. There we go. Plus, I let you get comboed like that. I do have a mind up, actually. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I don't think I've ever heard the term, like, rippers for things that ignore iframes. No, I'm not actually saving that corner. Alright, Dinoslef should at least do something now. Oh no, Dinoslef is Dark Elemental, that's right. I forgot, it's like, feels like that's a little too low. That's because you are in fact using a Dark Elemental against a Dark Elemental boss. Yeah, Mega Man 1 spikes, Mega Man, they ignore iframes because they're stinky. Can't believe this is my best option, actually. Like, I think the Warhammer would be more individual damage per hit, but it's so much slower. And it only hits once. Okay. 130. Definitely have had better seeds. Problem is, whenever you don't get Black Panther, it is just a slow seed. There's not a lot you can do about that. Alright, well, I load up the new seed. I'm going to try and do a second one. Hopefully we can get it in time. Let's switch over to my stream output. Oh god, everything's on screen now. Don't need Fontificator there. Live split will not be necessary. Let me get my Firefox. Family Guy Killer.
On the afternoon of November 19th.
Okay, give me 1 second. I have live split open over this video, I just realized. Alright, Firefox, capture browser, hopefully that gets it all. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're gonna watch the YouTuber who slaughtered his family. Might be cut off a little bit, we'll see.
On the afternoon of November 19th, 2012, a 911 call was placed to the police department of Spankingham County, Florida.
911, what's the nature of your emergency?
I've got a bit of a quagmire on my hands here.
Can you tell me your name and current address?
Yeah, it's...
I hate that they kind of,
my name
like,
is
give away the
Stuart
joke.
Pecan, and my address is...
Okay,
But it's like,
Stuart,
it's
what's
so
going on
well
today?
done.
I just got home from school, and
Actually, I just
went
realized
into
this is
the
getting
living room
chopped
to
off a
watch
little bit.
Family Guy, and there's...
There we go.
My whole family is dead.
Okay, Stuart, just relax and stay on the line with me. We've got police on the way right now.
Okay, okay, I gotta go now.
Stuart?
Oh, jeez.
Don't hang up. Don't hang up.
What the deuce?
Stuart? Stuart?
Authorities responded to the call and arrived on scene
Like,
shortly after.
it is bang
Nothing
on.
could prepare them for the shockingly brutal crime scene they were about to step into. Responding officer George Clanton was the first to arrive at the scene. He was looking for 16-year-old
Very real
Stuart
police
Pecan,
officer.
the one who had originally placed the 911 call. However, oddly enough, Stuart was nowhere to be found. After making himself some toast, Officer Clanton ventures into the living room.
After
What he would
burning
see
the
next
shit
would
out of his toast.
shock him to his core.
Oh, shit.
In the living room lay
my
the
God.
slain corpses of 51-year-old Cindy Pecan, 47-year-old Louis Pecan, 19-year-old Julie Pecan, and 12-year-old Dewey Pecan. All four family members
Julie,
had been
Dewey, and
viciously
Louis.
stabbed to death, their bodies neatly laid side by side. Officer Clanton steps outside to declare
In
the
case you
family
are not
house
aware,
a
this is
crime
not
scene.
like an actual real
That's
murder. I'm
when
not going to show
suddenly
you an
he
actual
notices
real thing.
Stuart Pecan approaching.
I would never do
Excuse me,
that.
are you Stuart Pecan?
I'm having a snack attack right now, I can't talk.
In contrast from his tone on the 911 call, Stuart seems oddly calm and more focused on his snacks than the current situation. After experiencing a traumatic event, it's not uncommon for
Will
a
that hold up
subject
in
to come
court?
off as
Are you allowed to
eerily
claim the snack
apathetic.
attack defense?
Dissociation is a trademark characteristic of shock. This could explain Stewart's lack of attention given to the officer. Or it could be a sign of something more sinister that lies deep within. Trying to gather more context into what unfolded, Officer Clanton continuously finds himself being ignored by the
Going at
snacking
those fruit
suspect.
snacks.
With Pecan's big, bottomless bag of bizarre behaviors, paired with a growing list of unanswered questions, authorities waste no time in taking Pecan back to the station for questioning. The following never-before-seen footage has been analyzed by a qualified team,
Here we go.
including a licensed professional counselor, a licensed attorney, a former criminal investigator, and a former mobile waste technician specialist with an associate's degree in quantum criminology.
Former waste technician specialist.
Why do women have boobs? So you got something to look at while you're talking to them.
You have to ask me to turn that off, please. I'm Detective Stuckman. This is Detective Walker.
Also, shout out to Sergeant Doug Walker.
Questions pertaining to what happened in your home earlier today.
Stewart, now the main suspect in his family's slaying, watches the detective closely.
I can't believe the
seemingly
nostalgia
holding
critic
his
was a
breath.
cop the whole time.
His body language and facial expression are clear indicators that he could be hiding something.
What were you listening to when we came in? What was that?
It's just Family Guy, funny moments on YouTube. It's my favorite show.
In his free time, Stewart would host the YouTube channel Everything Quahog, where he would provide commentary on the many
Oh, the
aspects
2008
of the animated
era
Fox
YouTube
sitcom
layout.
Family Guy. His videos would include episode discussion, merchandise reviews, and fan theories based on popular characters. With a breathtaking 8,000
It's so well
subscribers
done. It's
and
so well
continuing
done.
growth and support from his
This
viewers,
entire
it
video.
would have appeared that the sky was the limit for young Stewart. At this point, the detective is well aware of Stewart's peculiar obsession with Family Guy, but still, he indulges in a friendly manner to establish rapport and make the suspect feel comfortable.
Yes, Family. I have seen that. I think that's Peter Griffin, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that particular episode, but I recognize.
He's running and he hits his knee on the mailbox and he goes, ah, It's freaking so funny.
Albeit a good impression, Detectives Stuckman and Walker are careful not to laugh at this bit, as they don't want it to be misconstrued as flirtation. Shortly after this, you'll notice Detective Stuckman begins a clever maneuver known as the whoopsie-daisy tactic.
All right, pay attention.
This is when the so-called good cop claims to have made an honest mistake, in this case, forgetting his water, giving him an excuse to leave the suspect alone with the so-called bad cop, heightening the pressure.
Anyways, I wanted to get started, but I knew I forgot something.
Keep an eye out for the whoopsie-daisy tactic if you ever get interrogated by police.
Pretty easily, you know. We're probably gonna be here a bit. Could I grab you anything?
Yeah.
Water? Okay.
Detective Walker now sits with the suspect silently, creating a sense of unease, prompting the
For
suspect
10
to
straight
speak
minutes.
first.
So am I gonna get to go home today?
Detective Walker strategically employs what is known as the mimic gimmick, also referred
my
to
God.
as the copycat technique. This is where the detective will copy, mimic, and mock the suspect to
Yeah,
their
this is
best
like a week
ability,
ago.
breaking down the suspect's confidence and establishing authority.
Am I? You copying me? Stop!
Detective Walker kept this up for an impressive 48 minutes before finally breaking the pattern. And what he does next will drastically escalate the
Top tier
interrogation.
detective work going on here. This is my favorite.
You cooperate, you might get this back.
Takes notes.
What you just witnessed was a successful execution of a rare interrogation tactic known as the Oop, I Got Your Nose method, more formally known as the Orenthal James Simpson technique. This is where the detective will take the suspect's nose, only for it to be used as a bargaining chip for later in the interview. If the suspect wants his nose back,
They never
he knows
break
he'll have to
kayfabe,
cooperate
in
with
case you're wondering.
investigators. Now awaiting the detective's return, the suspect engages in self-soothing actions, such as massaging the frenulum of his penis. In doing so, the suspect is hoping to gain some semblance of calm, no doubt in anticipation of the impending questions he's sure he'll be asked.
He calms himself by
Detective
jacking
Stuckman
off.
re-enters the room to continue the interview.
You know, I saw Detective Walker in the break room. I think he had your nose. He was showing it off the entire room. People were having a good laugh at it. It's a beautiful
evidence
nose.
photo.
It's a nice nose.
Thank you.
If I were you, I'd want that nose back.
I do.
And I think I could help you get that nose back.
Like, I wonder if they just realized we could rent out, like, an office or a library room and let's just do an entire bit in there.
It's
Let's
at
just
this
do a
point
true
in the
crime
interview,
bit.
Detective Stuckman finds himself jonesing for some chocolates. He faintly recalls having 2 Hershey's Kisses in his desk drawer. He leaves the room in search of the sugary sweets. This act, plus consuming the candies, was incredibly taxing for the detective, who in turn
He had a
decided
snack
to
attack
take a
of his
short
own.
nap in his office. Refreshed and refilled, he returned to resume the interview 2 hours and 36 minutes later.
All right, Stuart.
Time to eat exactly 2 Hershey's Kisses and take a 3-hour nap.
You can call me Stewie.
Okay. Just a nickname.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best, Tina.
Yeah, I feel like it just fits me better than Stuart.
Okay, that's interesting, because if I remember you tried to legally have your name changed to Stewie. Stewie Griffin. Actually, can you tell me a bit about that?
Through a Freedom of Information Act request, we obtained court documents which revealed Stewart had recently attempted to have his name legally changed from Stewart
this video is
Pecan
fantastic.
to Stewie Griffin. This attempt was unsuccessful, however,
So good.
as his mother and father had both declined to sign off on the request.
Stewie Griffin just felt like it reflected like me as a person more. So I wanted to I felt like that was me as Stewie Griffin, not
Go on.
What you just witnessed was the near-perfect execution of a tactic only the most skilled and knowledgeable detectives can dare to attempt. Known as the na-na-na-na-boo-boo technique, the detective flashes a sudden mocking gesture while the suspect is mid-sentence. This will serve to derail the suspect's train of thought, making it much harder to keep track of his fibs. Due to the angle of the camera, it's difficult to determine the exact silly face made by Detective Stuckman. However, we hired a skilled spatial computer graphic system engineering specialist to create a 3-dimensional render composite of what the
Fucking
suspect likely
Andros
saw.
head.
So I started to do the name change, and it took I got 4 months into it, but I had to, my parents at the last minute refused to sign off on it, so I
Stewart does his best to ignore the jesting detective's gesture. However, it's apparent it's been successful in tripping him up. Pushing through the suspect's annoying ramblings, Detective Stuckman is setting the stage for what he's about to do next.
I wasn't able to get my name changed.
Your parents didn't allow you to change your name.
No.
Were you upset because of this? I know a lot of people have attachment to their identities, and names being probably the biggest signifier of your identity.
Yeah, I was pissed as crap about it.
Crap.
It made me, really freaking pissed. But not like I do it.
Did you catch that? Here, we'll play it again. Take notice of Detective Stuckman in the bottom right. Compounding on the recent na-na-na-na-boo-boo, the detective deploys its sister technique, the neener-neener. It leaves the suspect speechless.
So let's
Expert
talk about
recreations.
So I left school at the last bell, and then I went straight home, and I got home, and I opened the front door, and it was really quiet. And so I went to go put on some Family Guy in the living room, but then when I walked into the living room, the other day. My mom and my dad and my brother and my sister.
I want to back up.
The detective is trying to establish a motive and lock Stewart into a story he can't go back on.
You're saying you left school. Last bell rings at 3:20 p.m., right? Well, we have administration saying you signed yourself out at 1:35
Signed in the fucking Family Guy font. What the deuce?
So you were not at school. So if you could help me understand.
No, that's wrong. I left at the last bell.
I'm pretty sure I still have that Family Guy font on my computer for when I did the Family Guy streams.
You're asking me to trust your word over the administration of your school. Why would your name just show up?
They freaking lied. I left it at 3:20 when the bell rang. I went straight home.
So administration's lying.
Yes.
I also like how he only opens up like the very first page of his binder.
Big confrontation by revealing that he is in the possession of evidence that contradicts Stewart's original story.
What? Cameras?
What if I were to tell you I had video proof of you leaving the school at 1:35 p.m.? I'm trying to just help me understand, because everything's pointing to you not being at school.
I was. They probably
puts
did.
You in the time frame.
Of what?
I think you know.
Without directly saying it, Detective Stuckman is heavily implying that Stewart had something to do with the murders of his family.
Oh?
This marks a dramatic tonal shift in the interview.
No.
But I need you to tell me what happened.
I did tell you. I told you exactly what freaking happened. Was I left school and I went home? The clocks.
Do I have to go get the tape to show you? I give you one more chance. When did you leave school?
3:20 at the last bell.
Detective Stuckman leaves to retrieve his laptop while Stewart waits anxiously. However, Detective Stuckman soon re-enters, seemingly unable to locate his laptop's location.
It's very understated, but the fast-forward bits where you see like how much time is spent doing this stuff is also very good.
Finally, 5 minutes short of 2 hours later, Detective Stuckman returns, laptop in hand.
Now, before I show you this video, your story is going to stay the exact same.
Yes.
You left school when?
When the last bell at 3:20. I told you that. If it says on video another time, then the clock setting's probably wrong on the video.
Clock settings don't explain this.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
Got his ass.
These are the lyrics to Rick Astley's 1987 hit, Rick Rollin' Around, and as you just saw,
Not the name of the
Detective
song.
Stuckman has pulled off a successful Rickroll. He proceeds to let the remaining 3 minutes and 27 seconds of the song play out.
Police are so fucking corrupt, man.
I'm confused. I'm confused.
Sorry, say that again?
I'm
confused. Jinx, you owe me a confession.
Known in the criminal forensics field as a double whammy, Detective Stuckman hits the suspect with a perfectly timed jinx, just moments after executing an overwhelmingly successful Rickroll. Typically, a jinx only results in one party owing the other party a soda pop. However, in a legal setting, the suspect now owes the detective a confession.
Yeah, no, I'm good, Vanilla. I
Detective
just
Stuckman's quick
had a
wit
blood
and
test.
clever forethought might have
Get my
just
blood work done. I
expedited
haven't been to the doctor in a
confession he
bit.
so viciously craves.
Well, actually, I have my fingers crossed under the desk, so it doesn't count.
Fucking shit. This is probably what the detective is thinking at this very moment. In a devastating blow to Detective Stuckman, the suspect has outmaneuvered the jinx by having his fingers crossed, rendering the jinx null
right-click and
and
get the
most
video.
certainly void. However, Detective Stuckman has one more trick up his sleeve that the suspect will never see
This is
coming.
the video, in case you want to watch it later or show it to friends.
I don't know what to tell you.
I think you left school early.
Or did I just link you to a Rickroll? Ooh.
You went home. Obviously upset at the fact that you couldn't get your name legally changed. Your parents were keeping you from that. I think you went home, and I think you did something that you regret. You're still sitting here
Jinx, you
trying to
owe
tell
me
me
a
the same
confession.
story. That you had nothing to do with what happened to your family. That you didn't kill your family.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to continue to say to me right now?
Yes, I didn't kill my family. I already said it, and when I told you, I'm not lying. I did not kill my family.
I just want to make sure that I'm hearing you crystal clear. You did not kill your family.
I did not kill my family.
That's all I needed to
Should have
hear.
used the guilty says
Detective
what
Walker?
technique.
Throughout the interview, there was something right under our noses that most of you probably missed. On several occasions, Detective Stuckman can be seen checking the
All right,
time
were you
on
all
his
paying
watch
attention?
that was strapped to his wrist. And this wasn't without reason. Mere seconds before Stewart uttered the phrase, "I did not kill my family," the wristwatch struck 12 a.m., November 20th. That's right. Opposite day. It was opposite day. The day when everything is opposite. With the confession he needed, Detective Stuckman calls Detective Walker back into the interrogation room to place Stuart Pecan into custody.
Don't get up.
Don't get up, son.
Am I being arrested?
Don't place your hands behind your back.
On reviewing the footage, one of our hawk-eyed analysts pointed out that when the suspect stands up, his shoelaces appear to be tied together. Further combing through the footage would reveal that when Detective Stuckman was searching for his laptop, he had laid a trap that would only be sprung at the very end of the interrogation.
Got his ass.
That's right. While searching under the table, the detective had covertly tied the suspect's shoelaces together, adding the cherry on top of the proverbial sundae of justice.
What did I do? I didn't do anything. I'm telling you, I didn't do anything.
He just slaps him. It's a punch buggy.
Stewie Griffin was taken into custody by the Spankingham County Police Department, where his bond was set at a shockingly high price of $80,085. Stewart's trial would begin 4 months
God, the
later,
court recreations
where
are
he
so
would ultimately be found guilty on 1 count of momicide, 1 count of papacide, 1 count of brothercide, and 1 count of stabbing his sister to death.
There is no
Despite
term
his
for
age,
stabbing your sister
Stewart
for
was
death.
tried as an adult, and a jury ultimately found him guilty on all charges, sentencing him to 4 consecutive life terms, with the possibility of parole after his second life sentence had been served. We reached out to Stewart through
Papacide,
email to see if
mamacide.
he would be willing to share
Stabbing
his
his
side
sister
of the
to
story
death.
and answer some of our questions about the case. At first, we didn't hear back, but when Stewart finally responded, he stated that he would only participate in the discussion if we met his list of demands, including $35 be placed into his commissary account, a portable DVD player, and the Family Guy Freakin' Party Pack DVD box set collection, which is valued at $199.87. We did not agree to any of his terms, and are still waiting to hear back if Stewart will speak with us. Despite everything, Stewart has managed to sustain a decent following on his Everything Quahog YouTube channel, even posting the occasional Family Guy-related video from within the penal confines of the Hecox Correctional Institution. Stewart will be eligible for parole in the year 2160, when he is 174 years old.
Oh my god. I love how, like, all the related videos are the actual, like, true crime YouTube channels as well. Like, it's so perfectly done, YouTube can't even tell the difference. Anyways, So yeah, that's a video I watched recently, and it is probably going to stick in my mind for a bit. So, wanted to share it with y'all. But we're going to try to do another seed. Hopefully this one's a little bit faster. Hopefully this one actually gives me Black Panther. And if not, then Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Stop!
Oh, let's start playing again. Okay. Okay, let's try and do one more seed. So remember, take a look at the calendar and make sure it's not opposite day. Police are ever talking to you and they want a confession, look at the calendar, ask for what day it is, because they legally have to tell you. And never let a cop rickroll you. We got Greencastle today. Oh jeez, I just realized my chat window is closed. Okay. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. What do we start with today? Ew. No, on opposite day, you have to confess to the crime, which doesn't count as confessing. The police don't confess to you. That's more of an that's an in-Soviet Russia joke. You are just committing the opposite of the action. But again, make sure, like, you know, it is actually opposite day, because if not, then the Soviet Russia technique might actually work. Nana Nana Boo Boo technique. Oh right, I don't have Tiny Devil anymore. Max armor is a little bit better. I'm not sure what the law says regarding walking out on opposite day. Have I seen the other AOS rando? Yep, I've streamed that a couple times. Hit 1.0 recently. I don't know if there's been any new releases since then. Yeah, I played a bunch of that. Okay, blue. Damn. I was really hoping that was gonna be Black Panther and we get a complete opposite of last seed. Opposite day seed. I hope I don't find Black Panther. I still think the Jinx you owe me confession, I think that is, like, the best bit. Normally, this results in the other party owing the first person a soda pop. He never got his nose back. I think you could argue that in court. Actually, got your nose is really good. Maybe got your nose is better, I think. Thinking about it, yeah. Got your nose bit. Freaking skull. I also like how the one detective just leaves to go get water and never comes back until the very end. The good cop, bad cop technique of going to get water and never coming back. It's pretty creaky. Don't stand up, son. Bone pillar. Bone pooper. Such a good video, man. And the thing is, apparently, like, a lot of people were watching it not knowing it was a parody for a while. Like, it wasn't until they got to the point where it was... I think most people were caught on when the cops started making toast, but a lot of people were just watching it thinking it was actually... Because again, like you saw, I was getting recommended all the other true crime stuff videos, right? So people probably were being like, oh yeah, the YouTuber killed his family, sure. That's another true crime video I'll put on in the background. And then you finally hear the na-na-na-na boo-boo technique. Fucking shit. Yeah, he doesn't like creaking in public. Double jump. Double jump. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Everything else is, like, bang on to how an actual true crime video would be, so, like, unless you were actively watching it, you probably wouldn't notice until you saw something really goofy. Why is there a 3D model of a dude making a na-na-na-na boo-boo face? Stuart Pecan. Doug Walker is also a very good bit. Can I reach that from here? Come on, it's right there. It's right there. This is so cringe, this is so painful. Come on. Might be a little too far back. Let's go down here for... Oh, no, wait, what am I doing? I've got double jump. Yeah, Rick rolling around. That's what it's called. Don't look it up. Tsuchinoko real. It's actually weird having a seed where I can kind of take advantage of Tsuchinoko. Rolling round at the speed of sound. Places to go, gotta kill all my family. There's Alma Cruz. How do you type with boxing gloves on your hands? Hey, can I get it from here, maybe? Oh, knife doesn't hit high enough. I wonder if I could use Bone Pillar. Oh, I have to be standing still for that. Ukabak, please. I beg. Maybe I could axe armor from down here. I had MP for it. Okay, got there. Damn. Curly's not bad. I'm actually pretty happy about Curly, but was really hoping that would be Black Panther. It's like between that and Gamblecore videos, that's been where my brain has been the past week with regards to like YouTube stuff. I got recommended Gamblecore videos earlier and it's like the dumbest shit. It's like all those ads where it's like you see a slot machine hit jackpot and then a bunch of money flies at the screen. It's just that, but like super hyper deep fried. And there's like a horse noise that constantly goes off, like there's this one horse neighing sound effect that you need to have in your video because that makes it Gamblecore, I guess. Gorillion dollar jackpot. It's hard to explain. I can't explain why I find these stupid things funny. No, not like the Sweet Lemonade video. It's hard to explain. That was a... Is that like one of the Weeble and Bob... Not Weeble and Bob, one of the Weeble stuff videos? So I think that was like 2007? $3 gift dubstep. Okay, but it's good though. Like the the problem is I'm thinking of a video that might have been released later. Jeez, I'm actually gonna low in health. Save point right here, but I don't like being this low in health. Like 3D gift dubstep is inherently funny. It's just when you have to explain it to somebody else, it's very difficult. Yeah, I think we're talking about the Look at My Horse video, but I could be mistaken. Badger, badger, mushroom, badger, mushroom. I can't do the rest of this. A snake, oh, it's a snake. It's a badger. That was comedy. That was comedy in 2003. Somebody said the word badger a lot, and then there was a mushroom, and then there was a snake sometimes. And somebody would blast that in computer lab every time we had class, and it was always funny. I never watched the World Cup version, I don't remember that. It was a lot more like... holds up spork random monkey waffle. Oh, I remember Stick Death. Back when watching stick figures kill each other graphically. Exactly, that was like our Skibbity toilet. It's actually a really good way to explain it. You don't understand Skibbity toilet because you're like, it's not formative to your sense of humor at the point in time. I do remember Joe Cartoon's Thing in a Blender. I wonder if his last name actually was Cartoon. It probably wasn't. I don't think his last name actually was Cartoon. Where's the Badger lore? If you watch this 50-minute YouTube video essay... Please, Mr. Cartoon was my father. Call me Joe. Yeah, sorry, it's only 50 minutes. I know, it's not something you can keep on all day. I'm sorry. I think the other reason the Super Mega Family Guy Killer video works so well is because they never break kayfabe. Like, they never say, hey, we've been Super Mega, this was a bit we did for our channel, subscribe for more. Like, they never break it. It is just presented strictly as a true crime thing, and that's it. At no point do they ever say, like, you know, we do comedy bits. Nope. Actually, I think I might want to use the Bastard Sword. A little bit weaker, but it has much better range. Yeah, I remember Spank the Monkey. Ho ho ho, it says Spank the Money, that's funny. Monkey, not money. Basically, all you had to do to get popular early online was, like, just show something getting killed. Like, I remember there was a lot of, like, Kill Barney, a lot of, like, anything that was, like, popular for kids. You could get popular just by showing that thing getting killed. Barney, Pokemon, Teletubbies. Can I actually hit that with anything? I don't think I can hit this. I might be able to hit this with Bone Pillar, actually. Yeah, like if you dragged across the window. Hit. Okay, I think Ukabak would actually work here. Maybe not. Oh god, dude, can I really not hit this? Early, I don't think it actually works here. Death might work. Well, the burning Elmo with a flamethrower, that was later. That was a YouTube era thing. I'm talking about just, like, you know, really, really shitty crude animations of, like, they would just take a JPEG of, you know, a promo picture from Teletubbies or Barney or whatever, and they would just, you know, have a machine gun shoot it, and then really shitty looking MS Paint blood would fly out of him. Okay, that works. Just like the most, you know, I am 12 and I have a copy of Flash, what's the first thing I'm going to make? Core thing, you know? Yeah, it was real early. I would have been more of a Newgrounds kid. E-Bombs World, I think that was when, like, people started to turn around on E-Bombs World when I first, like, learned about it. At the time, like, I just kind of inherently hated the site. And then we got YouTube. Because hosting videos was very difficult. That was the big thing. Like, if you ran a website where you just hosted a bunch of random videos, you probably could become decently popular in the early 2000s. Because, like, YouTube is kind of the big thing. The reason it took off so much is because it let anybody upload a video and have it just be there. Whereas before that, like, hosting, you know, web hosting space was expensive, especially if you were hosting videos, so... Oh, I remember, sorry, stupid videos. But yeah, YouTube took off because it, like, technically I think Google Video came first, but YouTube just was just, like, way more user-friendly. Because, like, you had to have your own web hosting to really upload a video beforehand. Like, if you wanted to share a video with a friend and it wasn't on a big website, then you needed to get your own hosting, and free hosting at the time was absolute garbage. It still isn't great, but... It's, Well, it wasn't because it had movies and TV shows. It definitely was just because, like, anybody could start uploading their stuff. Like, obviously, yes, people would upload full episodes of stuff before YouTube started to crack down on that. Sort of. But, like, aside from Google Video, there was no really good way to host your own stuff. Yeah, they'd be in... I think for a brief period of time, you could sign up for a director's account to have, like, unlimited video length. But it was a very, very, very brief window, and it didn't come back until much later. But yeah, it'd be like part 1 of 3 or whatever. And then, yeah, obviously word of mouth definitely helped a lot. Ooh, Cut-All. Cut-All doing some work today. So I think the first time I found out about YouTube was from a MapleStory forum. Shout out to Hidden Street. I think that site is still up, actually. Because, yeah, like, people wanted to upload videos of their stuff, like in MapleStory, and it was really difficult to do that, so... being able to just have a site you could dump a video on and show somebody was really nice. Also, yeah, I remember buffering on YouTube, like, it just used to load the entire video. So, like, if you wanted to just have a bunch of stuff preloaded in the background and then just watch it all at once, you could do that. Whereas now it'll just pre-buffer as you watch it rather than all at once to save on bandwidth. MapleStory's still trucking. Like, the problem is you kind of just need a pet now to play the game. And a pet is basically like a monthly subscription. I think... I want to say he hosted it on... what's it called? Because back in the day, Something Awful LP forums drama, people would get really mad at you if you uploaded a video to YouTube. Because the quality wasn't as good as third-party alternatives like Vidler or Stage 6 or DivX or whatever. And then it turns out none of those sites really had staying power. YouTube was the only one that really stuck around. It was like... I think some people tried to do Vimeo, and then Vimeo started... Oh no, I think it was Vidler. Was it Vidler or Vimeo that just started saying you're not allowed to upload Let's Play videos anymore? And yeah, the other thing was the time limit, because you had to, you know, cram everything into 11 minutes, so... people like just having full videos ready to go. I mean, everywhere is kind of full of weird elitists. Just now it's been migrated to, like, Discord. But yeah, Blip, Vimeo. I think some people tried to use Dailymotion. I'm pretty sure you could still find some, like, really old Let's Plays on Dailymotion. But, I need to better... just gonna use Curly. Oh my god. It's not even that they were requirements. Like, there wasn't a rule that said you have to upload on Vimeo or whatever. It was just like people got weirdly aggro about you doing that. It's kind of really silly. But yeah, eventually it just became like YouTube was kind of the only real place you could actually host your LPs. But that was the other thing, like, on top of uploading to a specific site, it was also just like, there was this old meme about, okay, but what does your LP bring to the table? Because once somebody played a game, like once somebody did an LP, the idea was, like, you shouldn't do another one, like, you shouldn't play that game again, unless there was a really good reason to do so. So people would all, like, there was this meme for a while where, like, there's a thread called the Sandcastle, like the Let's Play Sandcastle, where you kind of, like, brainstorm how you want to make something. And, there was this meme where people would ask, like, hey, what do we think about this? It's like, it's not bad, but what does your LP bring to the table? And it was basically just, like, weird elitism, so... Eventually, Something Awful, as a center of influence over the internet, tried to shrink a lot. Because people realize, I don't really need to follow the rules of Something Awful if I just upload my thing to YouTube. Also, Low-Tac started to go off the deep end in like the early mid 2010s, so people started disassociating, all the funny people left the forums. Yeah, originally it was like because I think a lot of people ended up doing, like, Pokemon was a pretty popular LP at the time. But yeah, there was like... Low-Tac just started getting really, really weird, banning people for stuff they were saying off-site. That was just like, hey, maybe you shouldn't have your kid do a weird revenge stream against Schmorky. But yeah, eventually, like, you know, as is common for a lot of things related to Something Awful, all the funny people left. Where's Flying Armor? There we go. And kind of just went off to do their own thing. The same thing happened with, like, the whole weird Twitter stuff. Pretty much everybody there, like Drill and all them, started on Something Awful. Also, Low-Tac is not good about paying his writers. The Dark. So I know Tiff was already talking about it earlier, but holy shit, the entire Dark Kid stuff. So for people who might not be familiar, there was an LPer, the Dark Kid. I say was because his entire presence is not going to be believable anymore if he ever shows up again. He used to do LPs of, like, a lot of Yoko Taro games, like Drakengard, Nier, stuff like that. And he didn't really talk about his personal life a whole lot in the LPs. But he built up a following for doing his LPs. Like, they were pretty funny. They were, you know, he put in all the work into, like, getting all the endings and stuff back in an era when it was not super common for that to go, like, that deep. And he started coming up with, like, bits of his personal life would come out here and there on Twitter. And his personal life started becoming more and more, like, unbelievable. Like, at some point he announced that he had cancer, and people asked what kind, and he was like, what does it even matter? Like, he was like, weirdly open, but then at the same time reserved about his real life stuff. Like, he would be all too happy to talk about how, you know, he was an ex-PMC guy, and he was this huge badass who, you know, killed a bunch of Russians, but then he would never, ever elaborate on about it, which, you know, I don't think an ex-PMC would actually be bragging about that kind of stuff. So eventually, like, he started talking more and more, started building up a little, like, following, and, the most recent thing was, like, he claimed, like, cancer was actually, like, gonna kill him, like, he was actually dying for real this time. And if you see anything, like, related to his video game accounts, like anything like his Xbox, or, you know, his Battle.net, Steam, whatever, if you see any of his accounts logged in, it was his family members or somebody that he bequeathed his stuff to, and not actually him. And then Slow Beef comes in with, no, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm pretty sure this guy was just making up a ton of bullshit. And it's been kind of like, sort of an open secret for a while in the LP, like, circles. Like, he was just completely lying about his life. The big one was that, you know, he was this big, badass ex-PMC guy, blah, blah, blah. And he met, I guess, his handler slash love interest, I don't actually know, on the battlefield when they were both, like, they both signed up to kill each other, and then he asked her, like, how much did you get paid? I'll double it. Women don't get paid enough, because, you know, it wasn't enough that he was a badass, he also had to show off how cool he was. And so basically she became, like, his handler slash contact on the ground kind of thing. And the thing is, nobody wanted to do, like, a big call-out post, because it was just, like, you know, he lied to people. It's not like he was trying to like, segue it into making a ton of money, being like, oh, I need money because the Russians are trying to kill me. It was literally just like, I'm a badass and I kill a lot of Russians, and also I did it while I had an IV hooked up to me, and I voted Nier and Drakengard when I did it because my hot military badass kill wife handler also does that. And she recognizes my Nier references whenever I make them. And so eventually, after he officially claimed, like, he's finally, like, dying for good, that was when Slow Beef was like, okay, that's it, I'm calling you out, bud. And then everything just kind of came out of the floodgates, and I'm glossing over a lot, because he had an adoptive daughter who... He had, like, this adoptive Japanese daughter who apparently spoke perfect English, but decided to not tell him for a month as a joke. But, like, he had this daughter on his Discord, and also his daughter was gay, and, oh, did you know my daughter's gay, and I'm such a good dad because I support my gay daughter. Oh, sorry, that's a childhood friend. There's a lot to remember, because he just kept on making bullshit up. But yeah, he just had, like, these ridiculous stories that nobody ever was willing to call him out on. Like, the rare chance it did happen, a couple people did call him out here and there on his Discord, but the problem is he would just immediately, you know, cut all ties and be like, oh, that person is compromised by the Russians. They're trying to defame me. They're trying to disassociate from me. So it's just a Russian psyop. And it was just like the most wild shit. Like, why? So if you ever see the Darkid try and show up again, just be like, no. Don't believe you for 1 second. I don't actually have slide. I can't get that. The Darkid family tree / web. And yeah, he posted multiple 16th birthdays for his daughter. But it was just like this massive, like, lore mythos. And it's unclear what the goal was at the end here, but I guess he just really liked having a captive audience to hear his cool stories about how much of a badass he is, how many Nier quotes he can do while killing Russians. Allegedly his daughter died, if he even had a daughter, because you have to remember, a lot of information came out after the fact. And it turns out that people Google lookup, like, reverse image searched a lot of the stuff he posted. And, yeah, it turns out he just stole a lot of the images he used for, like, his supposed daughter and dog and stuff that he was taking care of. Just taken from Google. He also had a puppet account on Something Awful to gas up his LPs and stuff. It was his alt account which he broke the news about his daughter dying on Something Awful. Because later on, after the fact, one of the admins currently on Something Awful did, like, an IP lookup to see what other accounts, if any, were registered under that IP, and it turns out, yep, there was another account that he made that was just participating in his threads and gassing him up. Which is funny, because it's not the first time that's happened on Something Awful. It keeps happening. Something about Something Awful makes people want to just put on a falsetto voice and be like, I like that Andy AML's LPs, he does the best stuff. We should all follow him on twitch.tv/AndyAML. And I don't know why. Internet clout, man. I think one of my other favorite things was, like, he had drawings supposedly done by one of his kids. Like, he had one of his kids do drawings for his Drakengard LP, because, of course, yes, Drakengard is a great thing to tell your kid to draw pictures of. And somebody looked through all the photos and be like, you know what's weird? The exact same coffee stain is on every single one of these pictures. In, like, the exact same place, the exact same color. So, basically just grown man, you know, does the kid thing where you do your backwards R's in crayon and be like, haha, it's a kid's drawing. But yeah, like, at the end of the day, he didn't get, like, he never explicitly said, like, oh, my daughter's dying, I need help on my, my Patreon or anything like that. It was photoshopped. He couldn't even go to the trouble of, like, scanning his own paper and doing some crayon drawings. He had to do it digitally. But I'm kind of glad that it's now all out in the open, because at the time it was like, for like the past couple of years I've known about it, and I didn't really want to do a big call-out post or anything, because it's like, he's lying to people, but, you know, what would I gain out of it? Like, what would be the point? This guy's lying about a thing online. Okay, wow, you're so cool, Andy. The thing that really pisses me off is one of the fucking pictures where I think he announces that he has, quote-unquote, cancer. One of the first fucking responses is Papermancer, who was a member of my community and a number of other communities in, like, the LP circle. He actually passed away from cancer. So to see him actually responding, like, sadly to somebody who, I don't think he had it at the time, but to see him reacting to somebody who was just making that shit up really pisses me off. Like, of all the things to lie about, just don't fucking lie about cancer, please. Just don't try and fake that you have a debilitating disease so you can disappear off the internet one day. Just say I'm leaving. Just do that. Because the thing is, a lot of this, like, wasn't known publicly. A lot of it was just, like, random, you know, DMs here and there. Like, I didn't know about his fake name, where he claimed, like, he'd been in so much fighting that he didn't actually remember his name. And so he said he was gonna call himself Caleb Cross. That I didn't know about until Slowbeef posted that. Oh no, LP means long play. It means you're playing the long con. Yeah, you don't even have to say you're going radio silent. You can just leave. You can just not, like, be beholden to the internet. Or you could make up a complex web of lies and fake having diseases and having children who apparently are dying, but also you have multiple adoptive children, but also you're immersed in, I don't know, man. Just fucking leave. Just hit the bricks. Actually, speaking of hit the bricks, who here has heard, while we're on the subject of weird, like, internet drama, who here has heard about the whole share zone thing? Who here has heard about Drew Toothpaste, actually just kind of taking over the share zone account and using it to just push his Patreon and projects and stuff and stealing it from one of the actually funny creators? So in case you haven't heard about that, if you've ever heard about the share zone, if you've ever seen, you know, the Hit the Bricks meme, it turns out that was actually made by, like, one of the original writers behind the share zone account. And they basically got, like, locked out of it. Because it was originally kind of a project between a lot of, like, weird Twitter people. Like, I'm pretty sure Drill, John Hendren Fart was on it. And at some point he got invited on to write for it because everybody else was kind of, like, losing interest. And he basically just, like, takes over everything. And all of a sudden, you'll notice as soon as he done that, as soon as he does this, all of a sudden, like, he starts, you know, pushing merchandise, pushing Kickstarters, just out of nowhere, just to starts deciding to start, I'm gonna start doing all my, my monetary stuff now. I don't actually have a slide, do I? I can't get through there. Yeah, basically he takes over the entire account and basically just locks everybody out of it. And this came out recently, like last month, like one of the original creators came out and said, like, hey, you know, in case you're wondering, the ShareZone account has not been entirely truthful, and you can kind of tell if you look at the memes, like a lot of it is just like the exact same kind of like pseudo, like, haha, capitalism sucks, but you should also buy my stuff, ha ha ha, you need to spend money on me because I have depression. Isn't that relatable, fellow teenagers? And yeah, it turns out Drew Toothpaste is actually just a colossal piece of shit who took control of the account. If you go on the Twitter account, it is now like locked to replies only if they're following you, basically. Same with Blue Sky, so it's... He's never come out and said, like, yes, I did that, I'm sorry I fucked up. He's basically just gone the, I'm just gonna plug my ears and hope everything blows over, so please do not support the ShareZone anymore if you do enjoy that. If you enjoyed it in the past, that's great. The Hit the Bricks joke, that was written by one of the funny people, but, yeah, don't support True Toothpaste. Yeah, the come to X if you want an ass kicking, it sucks, but I would much rather support somebody who doesn't steal control of stuff from people. I'm pretty sure, I think most people haven't been talking about it for a bit, but I'm pretty sure, like, their Twitter account, like, it's still locked to replies only from people they're following, so you can't even call him out and tell him what a slimy little piece of shit he is either. It's great. I love internet. Should I get Duran? Oh no, that's a great sword. That's not even Durandal. I'm not getting that. It always sucks to learn about it, but at the same time, like, you cannot just assume any internet creator is, you know, faultless, blameless, whatever. No matter how funny it might be. Like, I'm pretty sure Hard Drive, it's something similar happened with, like, the past few years with Hard Drive. They basically just been, like, they got rid of a lot of the original staff. Except for me. No, not except for me. Don't trust anybody online. What are my dark secrets? When I streamed the Family Guy Back to the Multiverse game, I pirated it because you can't legally purchase it anymore. Not even wait to build statues, just like you just can't expect, like, oh, this person's such a good person, because you're only gonna generally see, like, the best of somebody's life when they post something online. Like, y'all in chat are only seeing a few hours of my day, and it's a very curated selection of what I want to talk about, what I want to say. Nobody can really come on my stream and backtalk and be like, oh no, that's not actually true, what are you talking about? Like, as far as you're aware, I'm you know, telling the truth, and I'm not gonna try and lie to people, but at the same time, I'm susceptible to bias, I'm susceptible to my own, like, you know, interests and opinions. Like, I like to think I'm a decent person, but at the same time, I never want to be at the point where I'm just like, oh no, he's one of the good ones. You never have to ever assume he never did something, you know. It wasn't $50, it was $25. It was $25 and a Moon Mist ice cream. And to be fair, the last wave was the one that pushed them into the harbor. But yeah, you can never truly know somebody online, is the point I'm trying to make here. As much as, you know, you like their stuff, as nice as they might seem on stream, That is just a single part of what they are. I'm not saying you should immediately, you know, inherently distrust anybody, but at the same time, you should be willing to accept that it is not like an actual friendship. Like, nobody online is your friend, if that makes sense. Okay, Indigo, that did actually happen, though. That's why I say don't fall in. Because if I don't say it, people fall in. Like, unless you personally, like, hang out with somebody, unless you personally chat with someone, you're not really friends with the creators you enjoy. Do I still not have a vertical swinging weapon? Oh, Souvenir, that'll work, that'll work. Yeah, exactly, like, it's one of those parasocial things. Ooh, block email. Like, I enjoy having y'all around, I like talking with you. That doesn't mean we are currently friends. With some exceptions, obviously, you know, some people in chat I have hung out with in person before, I have spent time with, I know y'all are cool folks. Tina, you need to move out from Finland. It doesn't cost $1 billion to come hang out. I wish I had infinite money just so I could just like host cabin and invite all my friends, just fly them down. I should come to Finland actually. I've never actually been. I don't believe this. That's right. One fighting game round doesn't make a friendship. You need at least a first to 5. Plus, we could go hang out with Maddie. Although I've hung out with Maddie in person before. He's been to a couple MagFests. Yeah, exactly. You don't... If I ask you for your social security number, your credit card number, that doesn't mean you have to give it to me. But you should. Do I have Chronomage? I do not. Yeah, Palette Swap, I think, is their new thing. I kind of tuned out a hard drive after that one article they did, which was just, like, weirdly, like... If you play these JRPGs, you're a creep. Or something like that, and then people naturally sent messages like, hey, this article kind of sucks. And so they doubled down and did a second article about that. Wait, Radio laughed at the first thing you ever said to him. Yeah, you're basically friends for life. Blood brothers. I don't know. Internet stuff is weird because it's something that didn't really exist for the longest time. Like, you know, we had musicians, we had artists and stuff, like people who we look up to, like actors, but at the same time, we didn't really have a way to connect with them. We didn't really have a way to talk, like, back to, you know, the people we like, be like, hey, I like hanging out with your stuff, I like watching your stuff. It was all kind of like, maybe you could send a letter, they might send you a response back, or their PR firm might send you a response back. But now it's like, you can just stream. A lot of cool people just straight up stream, and you can talk to them in real time, which is cool. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. So, like, it's a fairly new thing. It's one of those things I wonder, is there enough of a dividing line, I guess? Yeah, the Elon Musk bit where it's like, oh, you'd be an expert on the SNL bad times, huh? I'm not even gonna start on Elon Musk. Going into any more detail than dude is fucking loser. Yeah, it's cool, like, you can have voice actors and people who worked on your favorite games and media and stuff. Like, they can just show up. They can just hang out. Like, a lot of times I'll just be in a random person's stream that I'm friends with, and then another cool person that I'll think is cool will pop up out of nowhere, be like, oh, I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you also like this person. That's cool as hell. So in that way, I kind of feel like it's important to keep those boundaries even stronger now. Because, like, I'm immediately suspicious of anybody who tries to be like, oh, I'm your friend, haha, I'm your best friend, I'm online, I'm your friend. Because, no, you can't. Oh no, not like this. Cockatrice, why? I don't know that Amazon's gonna let Twitch go. Unless they stand to make a lot of money off of it. But yeah, like, kids growing up now, like, a lot of their formative years are gonna be spent consuming streams and, like, stuff where you can interact with, like, not like famous, but like people who are, you know, they have a big following or whatever. And I wonder how that's gonna affect your growth as a person, like if you were as a kid, you know, I don't know, watching a 10 million viewer stream or whatever, like how will that affect you? Oh yeah, Jeff Bezos has a bucket list of problems for different reasons, but he's not the like 50-year-old divorced dad archetype who constantly tries to spout about, oh hey guys, dank memes, ha ha ha, anybody else here watch Evangelion, ha ha, nerve, get it from Evangelion. Mr. Do is nobody's friend. I don't know that I'd ever, like... The problem with corporate VTuber stuff, a lot of it is, like, damn near identical to the same stuff that, like, Japanese idols have. Oh god, please don't grow up watching Ninja. Please don't let your kid not know how to cut bread. Corporate VTubers, like, the ones that are signed by big agencies. Because, like, it's almost a lot of the exact same shit where, like, if they are seen, you know, first of all, if their actual human behind the curtain or whatever is revealed, a lot of times they either get, like, just flat out wiped out, or if they get caught with, like, a boyfriend or whatever, then they are... I mean, they have a bunch of angry nerds screaming that, oh, I thought you were pure, I thought you were my friend, oh, you're a piece of shit, you know. I like to carve the cool S into my sandwiches. I find it tastes them better. Corporations have infected VTubering for a long time, are you kidding? Like, one of the first reasons they became popular is because it was, like, a lot of, like, big agencies. That's why you saw so much from, like, the first few generations, because a lot of them were just corporate-backed. Before the, like, the tools became available to everybody, like, before it was really easy to get VTubing stuff set up. It's because they had corporations to make all these models and rig up all the, like, the webcam tracking stuff. Always has been. Like, there are absolutely VTubers that make it on their own. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, from the very beginning, it has always been... Like, it was kind of kickstarted by corporations, which then got adopted by the masses into their own thing. Giant bad, I want a Black Panther. Yeah, I think, like, Kizuna Ai was the first one that I really saw. And, like, don't get me wrong, it is absolutely good that everybody now has the ability to kind of do that kind of stuff. like between people adopting it full scale and also just kind of like coming up with their own tools that are available to everybody for free, that are open source, blah blah blah. That's another one of the things for me, like, a lot of my enjoyment for a stream comes from, like, how well I can actually interact with the streamer. Because, like, I will see, you know, stream archives on YouTube where it's just, like, the same, the fucking, what's it called, the Total Biscuit lull emoji, just spraying by a million times a second. Like, why even bother chatting at that point? Like, I understand it is still part of the culture, like, it is still kind of like, it's like clapping at a sports game, you know? But at the same time, for me personally, I wanna hang out in streams because I can interact with the streamer. I don't know. The world's first DNI streamer. If you talk and chat, you're banned. Honestly, I could see that working as like an avant-garde thing. Oh no, I would never hang out if it's like one of those streams where they only talk to you if you give them money. That shit's super slimy to me. I don't like it. Like, I understand sometimes chats do go that quickly, but at the same time, I never want to like become one of those streamers where I only talk to you if you give me money, you know? GDQ, like, the thing with GDQ, it's not really like you're talking with the streamer, that's just more like a shared community space. Like, obviously you're not going to be talking with the runners on stage because they're kind of busy. They got a thing to do. They gotta play video game. Be low tier god. Don't be low. Actually, don't be your low tier god in any sense of the way. Yeah, exactly. GDQ is like you're cheering at the sports game. And thankfully the mods there are generally quite good about getting rid of shitty people. Like, obviously, yeah, it depends a lot on the vibe. Like, if they're clearly, like, if they're doing a bit like the Germa, you know, what's it called? Where he did the archaeology thing and he can't really talk to chat, or he did, like, the dunk tank stuff. Obviously that, like, yeah, you can't interact with chat while you are currently sitting in a dunk tank chair or whatever. But yeah, the people who only read messages if it's like a super chat or whatever, forget that. Miss me. Yeah, Tina would never be in a GDQ chat. Like, at that point, once you get to the point where it's only reading chat messages if you send money, that's, like, weirdly too parasocial. You have swung the Price is Right lever to the opposite direction. Now the audience is all booing, or I'm booing at least. Yeah, the guy spitting Skittles, that's just the guy I'm playing as. Yeah, that's a pretty pink pansy, red. I know they did lock down GDQ chat to subs only for a few years just because people were being really shit about trans folks. Ah, ninja suit. Wow. Oh, what am I doing? I'm still using the regular scarf. I should equip the Sherman ring. Oh, do they still do that during mainline? I thought... Yeah, mainline, like the, you know, the summer, winter games done quick stuff. They would open out outside of the 2 weeks out of the year the mainline stuff is going on. Okay. I could have sworn it was... Yeah, the canonical GDQs. The Yoko Taro written GDQs. If it's not written by Yoko Taro, GDQ's not canon. Ending D, the death of the animals. like, I do think there were, you know, valid criticisms to have it being sub-only, but at the same time, like, GDQ literally becomes, like, the biggest chat on Twitch whenever it's live. And despite how many moderators you have, despite how many filtering settings you have, there's just simply way too fucking much. Actually, I should leave the other way. Because even, like, I think they set emote-only mode for a couple times, and even then people were being really shitty whenever a trans person would show up. It was either, like, you know, we'll have our mods ban you regardless if you be shitty, and you also contribute to charity, or we can just say, you know, let these people talk, which I understand. Alright, we gotta go underwater now. Chat-based Silent Hill, that's an entirely different problem. That's a whole new can of worms. That's a different mess. Is that still going? Are they done with that? Calipulp for 20k. Final Sword's probably too expensive. I should sell stuff. I could sell the famous blade known as Graham. I'll keep Osafune. These can go, these can go. Pretty much anything outside of blocking mail is gonna go, I think. This is just the best thing I got. Also, yeah, every dipshit is like, why do they have masks? You know it's not real, right? Shut the fuck up. Please. We're not here to entertain you. We're not here to have the discussion about, is COVID real? So I think I remember seeing, like, they basically made it pay to win, the interactive Silent Hill chat thing. Where they realized that just letting the community pick stuff wouldn't be great for them, so they just said, oh, but you can also vote more times if you pay us money. So it basically just became a pay-to-win thing. You know, insofar as much as a pay-to-win Silent Hill choose-your-own-adventure thing can be. God. Forgot about the Hideo Kojima coming in my tummy thing. I don't know, man. Silent Hill's in such a weird place. Basically, a bunch of people... Like, I think it showed usernames for some of the decisions that were made, and I think one of them was Hideo Kojima coming in my tummy. I'm not trying to be gross, that is actually, like, the name that was used. Oh, that was Bob. Oh, you couldn't say Hideo or Kojima, okay. Fantastic, I love that. Not really the predecessor, like, spam bots have always been a thing. It's just, this is the current permutation, this is the current form of the avatar. Scam, Hideo, and Kojima were the only banned words. Oh my god. Why don't people want to engage with Silent Hill? We're making new Silent Hill games. That's what you guys wanted, right? Every single finger on every single monkey's paw curls at the exact same time. I just realized I didn't have to go the long way around. Okay, I have to do that. The weird thing is, like, Konami has been kind of doing stuff here and there to bring back some IPs. Like, I played, what's it called? Getsufuma Den. They made it, like, an entirely new game in that series, which was like a roguelike, and it was actually quite good. It looked really nice, like it was like stylized like a Japanese ink painting. It was surprisingly good. But then they're also doing stuff like, okay, we're also releasing Felix the Cat. You remember the 2 Felix the Cat games? Here's an emulator package containing both of them. Please give us $30 for it. I just play more of that Gets Fumiden. I know they updated it a couple times after the fact. Didn't mean to do that. Get guarded, dummy. Horse block. You've heard of push blocking, now hear of horse blocking. Yeah, there was a Game Boy and NES Felix the Cat game. Problem is they're trying to release them like as a purchase, like a new thing, and it's just the emulators with save states, and it's $30. Which is a little much to ask for. Ooh, I'm sorry about the flashing. A little much to ask for 2 NES games, or an NES and a Game Boy games from the early 90s. Alright, I don't have fire weapons. I don't have fire soul. Do I have fire soul? Bomber armor, I think that is fire damage, but it's really awkward to use. Yeah, arcade, like, anything like Bimani and all that stuff, it's so weird, because it's like, it's a primarily arcade-based thing. Like, obviously you can buy home sets and stuff, but the best arcades will still be, like, the best way to play it will still be on the actual machines themselves, right? So it's like, how do you do that during a pandemic? It's also kind of a weird thing where a lot of, like, Japanese arcades, like, the appeal is starting to fall apart because we have, like, rollback netcode for stuff like fighting games now. Like, obviously, it's still not perfect, and you're never going to replicate the experience of, you know, sitting beside or across from somebody in the arcade and playing a set of Street Fighter or whatever. But, I don't know. But really, because Calbulg doesn't, it's not going to work on the fish heads. They are Dark Elemental. I guess Mosfune is the goal here. Oh, they actually have PC versions of PDR stuff now if you play a subscription. That's nice, I guess. That'd be nice if you could just have, like, a song pack or something, but I guess that works, too. A lot of arcades, like, you don't even need to have the change thing kept open. Like, you can just set a dip switch to say free play mode. Pretty much every arcade machine has that, I think. I wonder if there ever was, like, an arcade machine that doesn't have free play mode. Like, you just have to put in money. And I'm not talking about, like, the super early ones. I just mean, like, later on. Now, speaking of arcade machines, just reminds me of the Exa Arcadia machines. And how I'll never get to play that. It's kind of like almost a... sort of like a modern-day Neo Geo equivalent. Like, arcade cartridges, basically. Like, you just plug in the board to your home system. The problem is, just like the Neo Geo, they are fucking expensive. You're looking at, like, thousands of dollars if you want to get the base thing, like the base Exa Arcadia cabinet itself. Yeah, Gimmick Remake, that's the thing. I wanted to play that. There's, like, a Toho game, like a remake of Scarlet Devil, I believe, that's on that. And that's kind of the big thing, is they make sure that they lock everything exclusive to their platform. Like, they're never going to do, like, a PC release or ever anything like that. Console. And, like, I'm interested, but I'm not interested enough to pay thousands of dollars to play 1 or 2 games, so... Apparently they actually had the Exa Arcadia stuff at MagFest, which made me real bummed out that I couldn't go this year. But I just don't think... like, I wasn't physically able to go, like, I was too busy with family stuff, my brother visiting for the holidays. And B, I still don't think it's a great idea to go to conventions. Cave took off Side Diojo because of the X-Arcadia port? Really? It's a shame that nobody has ever, It's a shame that you can't download old versions that still support that. It's a shame they completely managed to stop that from happening, too. Actually, why am I using Undine here? I really wish I had a Fire Soul right now. It's like there are so many things down here that are vulnerable to getting caught on fire. Creaking Skull. I don't actually have the I haven't gotten the Creaking Skull soul in either of my seeds today. The animations in Castlevania games, just like the struts, have always been very strong. Like, people make fun of Circle the Moon because he's only got like 3 frames of animation for his run, but it was their first time on the GBA. Be nice. Ugh. So what that they didn't have... They made a game that was too dark to see without a backlight. So what if they boosted the profits of aftermarket backlight kits for the first year of the GBA's existence? So what? Who cares? I'm gonna use Calbog here. Sign up for my Calblog. I do have Giant Bat, right? Yeah, I have Giant Bat, so I can at least get up to the top here. Like, for their first time in the GBA, I think they did pretty alright with Circle the Moon. It's just that then they followed that up with Harmony of Dissonance, which was weird. Harmony of Dissonance, aka, what if we tried to do not Circle the Moon, what if we tried to do Symphony of the Night again, but also it was just... weird. Like, I don't think Harmony is a bad game, I just don't think it's a good game. Actually, can I can get to Secret Room, yeah. We got Undone, we got Curly. What if we made the castle a pain in the ass and also all the music budget went to programming instead? What if every song was beep boop bling blong video game music? It's video game music! Yeah, I made the mistake of always taking the first hardware revision when it came to Nintendo portable consoles. Like, I bought the original Game Boy, I had the regular GBA, like the Skittle Silva, thank you. Pretty Pink Pansy on Twitter, currently known as X, made it. With the stipulation that I have to tell people to play Tsukihime, so play Tsukihime. What was over here again? I think this was one of the books, right? Yeah, this was a book. My kicks do almost as much damage as Calbog on Dark Week enemies. But yeah, I had the original GBA, I had original DS. DS wasn't as bad. Like, the DS Lite obviously was better, but it wasn't like it didn't have a backlight better. It was just a nicer form factor, and I think it had a better battery. Thankfully, they didn't do... The only revision they did for the Switch was the OLED. And that's not nearly as bad as, you know, the GBA SP versus regular GBA. Packet. That's just your battle chips. That's where you store your battle chips for later. It's immersive gaming. From what I hear, the DS Lite, like the L and R buttons, apparently were like really, really fragile though. Or no, was it the L? No, I think it was the hinge. I think it was the hinge between the screens that broke a lot. Because my DS, like my original DS, is pretty old at this point. Like you can tell, it has the permanent ring of fire carved in from me playing Elite Beat Agents, but... Oh, was it both of them that broke a lot? Really? Like, I didn't, you know, mistreat my DS. I wasn't slamming it around a bunch, but at the same time, it has had, you know, over a decade of play on it. Could the DS, or could the GBA SP not play Game Boy Color cartridges? I thought you could use both of them. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure all the GBAs, like, they let you play the original GB and GB Color cartridges. Oh, you're thinking DS. Sorry, I thought you meant GBA. Yeah, the original DS let you do original. Actually, could you? No. No, you couldn't do that. I don't remember anymore, man. I kind of want to grab, like, a new 3DS XL. So I can, you know, play homebrew in quotation marks. Ugh, my MP, no. Because 3DS emulators aren't quite yet all there. It'd be cool to play, like, ROM hacks and stuff of, like, Pokemon games and all that. Because for me, it's like, if the emulation isn't almost perfect, like, if there is a real problem with emulation, like 3DS, there's a lot of games where it'll just, like, start crackling a little bit and start hiccuping frame weight. And that kills me if I'm trying to play a game. Like, I need relatively bang-on gameplay. Right, I'm just gonna use Calbug here. Yuzu, I think the problem with Yuzu is that, obviously, like, yeah, Nintendo sucks for shutting them down, but also I think they were accepting money for earlier builds on their Patreon, which is like, you are very much playing with fire at that point. Like, you are repeating the mistake that Bleem made. Because most companies are generally alright with emulators, it's just when you start charging money for them. Although the weird thing is, I think a lot of the emulators on... what's it called? I think a lot of the emulators on, like, the Play Store, I don't think I've really heard about those getting taken down. Oh no, Bleem won, but they still, like, attracted legal problems, which is generally not what you want. Unless you do want legal... What do I say generally? I'll try to couch things I say by saying, like, oh yeah, generally. But, like, I don't think most people want legal problems, actually. Yeah, I've seen, like, I think DS emulators, people are generally like, oh yeah, Drastic is the best one on your phone, but you have to pay money for it. Like, how are you getting away with this? Not saying I want Nintendo to go after him, but it's also weird. this is such a weird palette for Reservoir. Nintendo hire/kill this man. At this point, though, like, preserving your old stuff is so fucking difficult because everything gets taken off, like, storefronts now. So, like, if you wanted to buy a digital copy of something that's cool, you just better hope that the hardware itself never fails, because if it's, you know, not tied to an account, then it is just gone forever. But then physical copies are also increasingly harder to find. And that's why I don't think piracy will ever stop. Piracy and emulation. Because it's just too damn useful. Just gonna damage tank through these guys. Yeah, that's just a gold ring. I'm not too worried about that. Because, like, my Wii U just doesn't really boot up. I don't know if it's, like, the tablet that doesn't work or if it's the console itself, but my Wii U just doesn't boot up at this point. So it's like, okay, I could go to all the effort to try and get it back and get all my stuff logged back in again. Even though they're shutting down the Wii U online services now. Or I can just emulate it. I can just emulate it for better graphics and better performance, plus the ability to use any kind of, like, hack that I want. Play ROM hacks and stuff. Playing Xenoblade Chronicles X at, like, you know, 60 FPS with, like, upscaled graphics. Also had the ability to turn on stuff like run faster. So I'm a Xenoblade X defender, but there is a lot of running around in that game. Yeah, exactly, that's the other thing. Like, physical media will degrade over time. Everything will degrade over time. Like, digital media is not immune to degradation either, it's just that it is generally easier to keep it working along the chain. Like, if you have to, you know, replace your hard drive, you can just back it up on another one. I'm honestly kind of surprised they haven't, like, announced a Xenoblade X remake. Maybe they'll save it for the Switch too. That's true. It's either a 1 or a 0, and all you gotta do is guess that, like, how many 1s and 0s can there be in a game like Aria of Sorrow? Probably not a lot, right? Could be doing this, but it's way more buttons to press. We'll see, Seb. Well, I'm a freak of nature and I'm not normal. The numbers don't lie and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice. They spell disaster for you in the Legion boss fight. Is this still my best option? Like, Balor is stronger, but it's way too fucking expensive. Yeah, I guess it is. Oof, oof. Oh, curly time. Of course you resist dark. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Nice, 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 nice. Nice, 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 nice. I'll wait for him to come down and then I can do the old curly. Are these mannequins? No, these are like bodies. These ones are like made from clay, but I think the older games it's more like explicitly flesh people that just form into an orb. Nice, 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 nice. Very cool design, though. Just a lot of guys what stick together and form a guy ball. An orb of men. Who among you has not partaken of an orb of men? Yeah, there's like a tentacle and an eyeball on the inside, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for guys being dudes. Guys being 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 dudes. Also, yeah, the littlest guy who gets to go to the center. The small guy pearl that all the other guys formed around. Yeah, exactly. This is the final form of Fuck It, We Ball. I don't think I need to break the shell for this, but I'm gonna do it just in case. This is what we call balling out of control. You'll see the baby, don't worry. We'll see a baby, we'll see a little guy. I'm so weak, I need better weapons. I need better weapons, and I also need Black Panther, but the time for that is long gone. Look. Baby! Oh, that was the lubricant soul. I only have Iron Golem and Were Tiger. We just need the second book, and we're potentially in go mode. I feel like Grand Falloon is probably a localization thing because every other game I think has been Legion. It's not lubricant, it's lubricant. Lubicante. Ooh. I don't think I've gotten a single level up from the Sherman ring. At least in this seed. Ugh. Lubricante. It's a Spanish word. Actually, no, it'd be Italian because it's from Divine Comedy. This is why Final Fantasy has the four fiends: Rubicante, Kainazo, Barbaricia. It's got me the old man. Actually, is that? Yeah, Yasutsun is better than Kunitsuna. Which of the Sunas are you cool with? Actually, FF4 invented the Divine Comedy. I hate that this is my fastest way to get around. Is by Ule kicking. You can't Ule from too high, otherwise you get the, like you get the landing animation. Ugh. Yeah, Mylan Z. That was back in the era when it was just straight up, we're just gonna replace it with whatever. Like, what was it? The fire boss in Final Fantasy 1, Merilith? Nah, your name's Carrie now. Oh, Arena. Harmony of Dissonance ass background, goddamn. I don't think in the Japanese version, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Kali though. Like, I'm pretty sure it was either, like, Merilith or Malriris, or was that something else? It was Kraken, Lich, what was the other one? Kraken, Lich, oh, I should know this. I played Stranger Paradise recently. Lamia. No, was Lamia one? It was like, yeah, Merilith, and then... Tiamat. Tiamat was the other one. Before Final Fantasy 1 Fiends. Lamia, I think, is just a regular enemy. But yeah, they changed Merilith to carry. Strangers of Paradise is such a smart game. Like, everybody memed on it, be like, haha, this game looks so stupid, haha, he says bullshit and he listens to nu metal. It's actually just a very good game. Work gang. Earth was Lich, I believe. Kraken was water, Tiamat was wind, Carrie was fire, and then Lich was earth. Didn't have a dark elemental. I don't like being here with this little health. Yeah, Stranger Paradise probably wouldn't run super well on a Steam Deck, I think. Or does it just not work, period? It's not even that it's goofy, it's just like a fun alternate take on, like, the FF1 story. Because, like, they knew what they were doing. Like, one of the opening cutscenes where, like, your party crosses the big bridge and gets across the Corneria continent, like, they do the exact same pose they do in the story sequence in FF1. Like, they know what they're doing. Oh, 10 FPS. Yeah, that game's not super well optimized, unfortunately. I wish it was, because it would run better on my computer. Wouldn't be so bad, except for the one part where the DLC, it becomes kind of like a roguelike almost. Black Panther, they do exist. And you have to load like a new map every single time you do like one of the challenges in that, which means that you spend a lot of time loading if you're not on like either a very powerful computer or like an M2 drive. DLC also just kind of demands you know how to play the game, like you know how all the systems work, because otherwise you could just get destroyed. So I'm just gonna find the one more book and then we're good to go. We just need a singular book. Have you ever had that in your life? Hashtag relatable. Do you ever need just one book? Post your favorite if I only had a single book meme in your chat now. Yeah, I'm definitely CPU bottlenecked. I keep saying this. I need to just get on my new computer, man. I need to fucking build it. I'm still using Skull. Get out of here. Because, like, the 4070 Supers are out, and those are, like, a pretty good performance bump for not also being stupid expensive. So it's not even that, like, I'm probably not going to get anything better unless I'm willing to wait another, like, 3-4 years for a video card. Or if I were to buy, like, maybe a 3070 or something used, but I don't think I want to do that. Anyways, we're not doing the DODR thing here because you can just giant bat through the wall. They never put collision up there. Last GPU upgrades in 2021, better than mine. I'm still rocking my 1070. In case you wonder, why does Andy not stream a whole lot of modern games? That's why. Ouch. 3060, yeah, like any of the 30,000 series, you'd be fine for, I think. You wouldn't have to upgrade any of that. Keep thinking I have Nightmare. No. 1050, oh geez. That, if you want to play modern stuff, yeah, you might need to upgrade that soon. The weird thing is, like, for me, it's not even like there's a ton of stuff I want to play. Like, if I were to just suddenly, you know, walk outside and find a brand new, fully assembled, top-of-the-line gaming PC at my doorstep, it's like I would probably just play, like, Elden Ring. That would be the big one, I think. It's like I still have to do my, like, donation incentive as well. I gotta do that. I would probably do another playthrough of Stranger of Paradise, just with actual, like, decent PC specs, so it's not, hiccuping. Oh, they're finally updating the engine for Dawn Trail? Is this gonna be, like, the patch that kills PS4 support, or they're still gonna keep on doing that? I know PS3, they're done with that. They're not supporting PS3s anymore. I'm actually gonna buy some food. Liza P. I've heard that's good. I haven't been super big on, like, oh man, I gotta play Liza P, but I've heard it is good. From, like, Souls enjoyers. Although from what I hear, Elden Ring is, like, legitimately, like, one of the best. Oh, maybe I should have bought a Calbug. Oh, it's gonna be a toggle. That's cool. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hang on to the blocking mill, because that's gonna be functionally the best thing I got. Probably fight Julius with Gungner. Because, yeah, like, I'm sure they're gonna update the minimum requirements, but it's kind of one of those problems they have where they're kind of forced to support PlayStation, like, console gamers. See, the thing is, I don't want it to run surprisingly well. I want it to run, like, really nicely. Two die channels. More than enough to kill anything that moves. But yeah, weirdly enough, I kind of want to try Minecraft. With, like, a top-of-the-line PC to see how nice I can get that looking. Not that I play Minecraft regularly, but I'd just be kind of curious. Recommend that it's 26 or higher. Oh. Yikes, yikes. I saw it actually in Go mode. I don't have all the books. I need to find book 2. Or is that the recommended for the new engine? Is that what you mean? So I might have to check the... I think there's a couple checks I still gotta do outside of top floor, but I'm just gonna go here to make sure. On Fancy with clouds on, and I don't even have to install Optifine. What a treat. Minimum 970 recommended 2060. Yeah, makes sense. God, it's already 340, holy shit. Both of these seeds were really long, but then again, they're also the other randomizer, so they generally don't go as quickly. Might have to mercy kill this run if I don't find the book soon. I actually do have to get going soon. Normally aim to finish up by 3, and I've got a little bit of wiggle room, but... Okay, it's like, we'll see. Oh, flying armor, not giant bat. I spent so long talking about, like, the TDI drama that I just kind of entered a fugue state. I probably didn't route as efficiently. Yeah, I'll say that if it's not in top floor, then I'll probably just call it a little, not early, but you know what I mean. I am so behind on FF14. I stopped in, like, post-game, not Endwalker, in Shadowbringers. I will say, having the single player for dungeons is pretty nice, if you want to just play it as the first time. Okay, yeah, it's in one of the weird side spots. Oh, you know what it probably is? Underwater. But yeah, I dipped out in Shadowbringers. I think I'll just call this one early because, unfortunately, it is probably going to take a little bit longer, and then I have to do all the chaos stuff, and I gotta get going around 4-ish, so I don't want to run up too close. Oh well. Make that text red. You want a large house lottery? Oh boy. I mean, best of luck on beating the addiction now. Best of luck on giving up on your house when you stop subscribing, so... But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Thank you again to Tiff and Dr. Dubs for the raids. That is much appreciated. If you're not already following, that would help me out a whole bunch. I'm going to raid y'all over to Liz, actually. She's doing some Chainsaw Massacre. I played it a while back, but I didn't really enjoy NGS. NGS is a lot of problems that I don't really want to deal with. I could probably spend an entire stream just bitching about what I didn't like about NGS, but that'll have to be another time. Anyways, have a good one, folks. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, exactly. It was just running around in circles and killing stuff that spawned endlessly and waiting for an emergency event to happen. Alright, have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you all on Monday. Have a good one.